include your audio. I already did. It's not showing up to include my audio for you. Okay, Rocket, I can't include my audio on your stream. It doesn't pop up unless you're not streaming yet. It didn't pop up in the party. Try, turn it off and try it again. Did it show up for me? Ah, there we go. Oh, I need to do the same. Alright, there we go. That show up. Alright, so we both have include my audio on?
Include my audio? Yes, sir, is on. Let's get to Twitch, and so I can share this thing.
Yeah, I need to do that too.
This is technically a season race, it's just not points. Like, this is ending the schedule. Yeah, it's the clash, basically. Me too. Or no, not 22.
I gotta find how to share this motherfucker. G-Day.
Yeah.
How do I share my thing?
Share to. And then scroll behind all the apps. It has copy.
Where does it say share?
Okay, you have to actually go to the stream like you're watching it.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, and then that's the box with an arrow.
I'm not seeing it.
Okay, so you tap the screen, right?
Okay, so I'm on the Twitch app. I go to what? Creator dashboard?
Your channel.
Okay, so
Go to your channel and click on your stream.
Okay.
And then tap the
Oh, I see
screen
it,
where
I see
it's
it.
showing the video.
I see
Yeah,
it, yeah.
there you go.
Copy. Okay.
Yeah. He's got 2 minutes before.
Alright. Let's starting it up.
I hope so.
I was still from the session.
You're what from session?
Did he's
You're cutting in and out. Oh, okay. It will. I'm not gonna bet. I'd like to be in a Hall of Fame contention. And we're off. Can you hear it through mine? Oh, my bad. I can hear him, not through your mic. Okay, and we're off by viewing Igloo. Driver to Dark, who is now Now Dark here, one of the faster drivers in the league. And the Season 1 FCS champ is all the guys go through the turn and almost everyone hits the curb. As Wilbur and GTI are the slower ones. I'd just like to point out that Montana just went in the grass. Now on the backstretch camera of points of interest, Dark still in the lead. It goes by best lap, it says. So as they go in the bus stop, so far your leaders right now are Dark, Parrot, Amity, and it switched already to the front stretch. But so far so good. You know, so far you have a good pack. And as your leader on time changes to Cress, and Waxy in second, Wilbur in third, Parrot in fourth, Mikey fifth, Dark sixth. His main sponsor that was, you know, with him normally, Shell, he runs that car a lot. He doesn't have that many. So, you know, it's nice to have a small variety unlike me. This, I believe, is going to be one of his new ones that he runs for mainly ACS, but it's going to be seen in some races FCS too. So this is going to be very organic. So I'm sticking on Dark here. He just got done with his lap. So far, he's in first, no penalty. As he drifts into turn 1 and hits the wall. You know, style points aren't everything. Montana takes the 7 spot. And GTI takes the 10. See, that's what you don't see. You don't see that a whole lot. A guy that's in the back of the pack during qualifying get a top 10 position. But since there's only 12 spots, you know, it's more seen here in these small lobby situations. That... I got a feeling that was someone in the pause menu. Igloo did DNF, so... But they did get his time. I'm sure that's the point where they ask them to leave, as, you know, this order for the actual race, 70 laps, I think, is not gonna be that wild. You're not gonna see a bunch of wrecks happen here, apart from back of the pack, possibly with Fire Parrot and maybe Cress. DeVault hopefully can get through the pack. We do know Amity is a good driver, middle of the pack guy. Yeah, I mean... that's correct. My picks here are probably going to be Dark. I have Mikey as a surprise pick. I do have Waxy up in the top 3 somewhere, finishing there. And then, you know, Mick Wilbur, you know, a little bit of a dark horse pick along with Mikey, but, you know, they've been here this whole time. They've been making ACS. They've been helping around. They know the car. They know the tracks. You just got to think about the little guys around here. So as they still have drivers in the qualifying session, such as Orion, and only Orion, it's going to be a close couple matches here for the non-points races in ACS, because these guys don't know the cars as well. There's 3 cars. You have a Mustang, you have an Oldsmobile, and then you have a Buick. Now, the tunes are very balanced together, but you know, the drivers are not as balanced as you think, because Dark, like Rocket, my co-host, said, yeah, and then you see Waxy over here, one of the only guys in a Buick, really just dominating in the front of the pack without lag. That's his real crutch, is lag, but, you know, you see him up there, that's a real threat in this series. Amity, he did good at Homestead that we didn't broadcast. You know, got 2nd place. So it's going to be a wild top 3, because you never know what's going to happen. You have a revolving door. Exactly, and hopefully we get some commentators for FCS Season 2, because they'll definitely see a difference from Season 1, you know, point of view streams and, you know, commentaries. You see how the car differs from track to track, and you'll see this here a whole lot in ACS, because they do the whole Forza schedule. You know, they have Virginia, Le Mans, Spa on here with these 3 cars right here, and you never wonder who's going to make it out on top. I mean, they're gonna eat this up like a good pumpkin pie on a 4th of July event. I mean, hey. I mean, pumpkin pie is pretty American. Apple pie, definitely, but, you know, any pie will do on a holiday. I could go for a key lime pie. You know, 4th of July, I could always go for a pepperoni roll as a West Virginia, but, you know, salivating over a key lime pie. Gotta try it, man. It's a delicacy. Well, but on to the race factor here. It does look like they're going to be starting the race quite soon. You know, it's 9:05 Eastern. You know, some of these guys, you know, they have been practicing here. They do have school in the morning, they have jobs, they have families, but, you know, they want to come out here and give it their all on a Forza Motorsport 8 session on a Wednesday night. They better. Now, I will point out that we're gonna have a Ally Cup Series back marker of the week. Rocket, who do you think is gonna be starting off the race as a back marker? Think it's Blue Shebang? Yeah. You know, Rocket, I really could see Crescent or, you know, Orion. I could think of him as a real back marker here at a road course like Daytona. It's a real treacherous map. I see we do have the pace car here as Woeful Guitar takes it off the pace car at Daytona. Now, this is my first time using spectate mode. Is there a... There we go, game camera. I'm gonna use the game camera as it is almost like I'm driving the car. But, you know, you look at this field, you look at all these different cars you have here, because you have Oldsmobiles leading the pack. You have a couple Mustangs right behind them. You have a Buick, I see it, I think that's a Miller Lite. You don't know who's going to come out on top here. You have so many different manufacturers.
Yeah, you do. I love the Mustang as a Ford fan. I really do love it.
Yeah, and, you know, don't get me wrong, but I am a heavy Buick guy when it comes to NASCAR. I love the Thunderbird. You know, it's just really something you don't see every day. Like, I mean, the Oldsmobile, you see it almost every day during a group post race. With that or a Mercury Cougar. It's just a car that, you know, is synonymous with Forza Motorsport 8 NASCAR.
Yeah, it is. Sorry about that. I had to move my audio so I know who's where in this race.
No, all good. This is our, ladies and gentlemen, this is our first time, so we're going to have some technical difficulties here and there. We're going to try and get things set up as we go. Who knows, we might have a revolving door of co-commentators in my spot. I know Rocket's going to try his best to commentate the whole thing. But as the pace star starts moving along, we're going to start this pace lap. I think they do 2 or 3 pace
Do they do
laps.
2 or 3?
I know.
I thought they did
could be
1.
2.
I think they're going to do 1 for the start of this race.
And then I
Still
think they
can't
do
stop
3
looking
for a
at how
caution,
pretty
but,
this. Still can't stop looking at that pretty little Corvette they got up front.
Yeah, this
Great
Corvette,
paint
you know, I had this, free paint scheme. You can download it right now if you look up pace car for this, I think that's a Corvette. Don't know my cars that well.
Corvette
But,
C7 CL1.
It's perfect.
I got you. I got you
know,
covered.
Thank you. It is a perfect paint scheme. I mean, it has official pace car on the front. That yellow just taglines the side of the car as everyone trying to warm up some tires here. Ryan in the pause menu right now as him and Dark are side by side. Now these guys having a little bit of tension from FCS. Orion getting dumped by Dark at the championship race when they were teammates.
Was it the
Think some of that tension
championship
could
race?
boil over? It was that and Eagle Rock as well.
Especially with what stirred up in the FCS with new teams. I could see it. They're no longer teammates. They may race each other. Orion may try and race Dark a little dirtier. Amity now joined the drunk drivers. He also could start doing some dirty stuff with Dark being part of the new and improved Me Motorsport. That could be a team to watch out for.
Definitely could, Rocket, as Me Motorsports did catch the Season 1 Team Championship, and they hoisted that at the last regular season race, which was Daytona. Was
They
very
won it by
exciting
the
to see.
slimmest margin, too, if I don't recall.
Yeah,
I believe
won
it
it
was
by
by
1 or 2
1
points.
point. 1 point.
That's
It came
absolutely
down to
incredible. I think they
It
had
came down to a single penalty, like by Postal Papaya, who had a single point penalty. If he had gotten 2, that would have changed everything.
would have been tied. Don't know what we would have done in the tie. As
I
they go
honestly
to each
don't know what we
backstretch
would
onto
have
the,
done.
onto the bus
I
stop.
don't know what we would have done. Here they come into the bus stop.
And you know, one thing I realize here that you don't see every day, especially in league
skipping the
racing.
bus stop.
Yeah, I mean they are already
They are
side by
pacing.
sides. Yeah, and pacing. One thing you don't see every day is that they are not hitting the pace car. You did see that in FCS a couple times as the car goes down below the WL line. You just never normally see a car not get hit, especially a pace car, as he's about to go down on the infield. Little patch of asphalt right there going into the pits, I'm going to assume, as Mikey warming up the
I want
tires.
to point that out. If you look at Mikey's paint scheme, it's beach. I love that. The Treasure Hunter number
That is a cool little-
2073. It's a nice little paint scheme he made there.
A cool little paint scheme as, you know, he's
As
gonna go on the
Pace
pits.
car's going in.
And I'm gonna get onto Dark as they are about to go green.
I am on to Mikey. As we get this
And
show
green
on the
flag
road.
underway.
We got Mikey on the outside. Ryan in second. Running right next to McWilbur with Waxy right behind. A little bit of a
Yeah,
tap.
Dark hits the grass a little bit. You know, following him. Orion goes on the outside real far. I
We'll hop on Orion real quick.
accent out there. You know, they're side by side back there. Dark is just taking off.
Dark is
You know,
just
you don't wanna let
leaving
this
him
guy
in the
go.
dust. And then
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to let
Ryan's
this guy
making
go.
a move.
As the car goes in the
Ryan's
grass, that lead.
Ryan's making his sitting right behind Amy P3. Dark
I'm
is
actually going to
just
switch
gone.
to Amity, as, yeah, Dark's already a second ahead. You don't really need to
Ryan
look at
takes it
him.
a little too far. He's got to brake hard.
Yeah, look, Amity is making it through. Guy went ghost mode back there. You got a car going in the grass. Don't know what happened there.
Down. See who that is.
Yeah, check who that is. There's multiple cars.
It looks like DeVault.
Everyone's messing up the turn.
Looks like it was DeVault and the numbers 21 Coca-Cola in the Oldsmobile. I will say
Yeah,
that
you
is
just
a
hate to
very
see that.
I will say it is a very we have GTI right behind him in P12.
Yeah, and I would like to mention, as a battle for second right here, is you have Orion and Amity going into the bus stop as Dark getting
go back to
still
Orion.
on. Yeah, because you
takes
have all the way to, I think, Montana, or even Crestland, I think it's Crestland, right up here fighting with Mikey to try and get back to the top 3.
We go to Waxy. We have Waxy in the number 2 car fighting with Fire Parrot for that P5 spot. So far, it's a very tight race with Crestland and Montana riding up right next to them.
Yeah, you do see them. They went 3 wide going into turn 1 for a sec. I just like to see this coming on through here as they're catching up to Mikey.
Waxy made the
pulling
move,
up.
and now he's P5 through the turns.
Like to see that as Orion takes a really wide turn 3 as someone's going on the inside. Oh, wait, it's pace car.
The pace car. I was like, I
But,
think that's a
Orion
pace car.
and Amity going side by side. They're making contact here.
Let's see. Let's go
So
back to
far,
Amity.
smooth sailing.
Amity's in P3
In the Napa
fighting
number 9.
Ryan.
As Orion goes on the
number
inside.
9 in the Napa Auto Parts car. It's a very nice paint scheme.
He actually
And
hits
of
the
course,
bird a little bit.
and he's in that pretty little rowdy Mustang Fox body.
I'd like to mention Dark's line going into this long turn right here before you get on the backstretch is just right following the WO line. That's what you normally see when we run the oval. It's most of the clean line. You don't get the marbles in your face as they go on the bus stop.
Dark is just
it's just a really
destroying. He's just leaving everybody behind. He's already up by 3 seconds, going on 3.5. There's not much you can do to stop that man.
At some point, you gotta think Will Orion and Mick or Amity, work together and try and catch up to him for the lead. I personally don't see it this early on with 70 laps on the mark, but
60.
It's definitely
No,
a chance.
68.
Well, I was
60,
thinking
67. There's 67
Orion
laps
takes
left.
place.
Let's go down to Crestland, down the middle of the pack. He is in P7 behind Fire Parrot. He's running the number 89, also running in the Napa car. Not as nice
I was
as
watching Waxy and Mikey, sorry to cut you off, but they were battling through that first tight turn. Waxy did bump and run Mikey, but it didn't work. They're really getting fierce right there for fourth place. But yeah, as you were saying, Crestland, really just a rough and tough driver.
He is. He could be an up-and-coming driver. He may want to launch him. He's got some potential.
Mikey got sideways there out of the turn going onto the long corner. Had to save it. I'm going to assume he doesn't have assists on because he went sim washing or sim snapping left and right.
Watching Parrot now in the number 1 Bush Light car. Also another Mustang. But he's driving the Oldsmobile. I don't quite know, but you know what? He's driving a Mustang, so I'm here for it.
As Crestland's actually trying to catch up to Parrot right here. Parrot's still side by side
well today. And someone we didn't expect to be nod to back. Big shebang in the number 13 Valvoline Oldsmobile Toyota. That's a weird combo, but guess what? I'm here for it. As they're going down the front stretch.
And almost went 3 wide into turn 1. As Parrot gets bumped to the side. Mikey just lost a lot of momentum.
Let's see what's going on with GTI guy. He's so far back. Something must be going on with either his controller, steering wheel. Who knows? Maybe there's something on with his tires. He's in the number 8. He's the Detroit Red Wings. Never thought I'd see a hockey team support NASCAR, but you know what? It's a first for everything. He doesn't look like he's understood the car quite yet. I think that's why he's so far back right now.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to take some time to just really understand what the car is doing here. And especially when the track gets rubbered in, you're going to see some of these guys that are in the back of the pack try and make a move as they work better in tired up, racetracks. As I'd like to, figure out something as I look at the driver data between Mikey and Dark. They're going about the same speed, minus around 10 miles an hour on the backstretch. Dark was going around 186, his top speed. Mikey's top speed was only 177. So you really got to look at that throttle management going into turns and onto straights.
Well, I don't know if you noticed this, but Orion's finally starting to pull away from Amity.
Yeah, it's finally starting to work.
I don't know why he couldn't do that, but everyone's got their own strategy. Dark is already 5 seconds ahead, and it's only been 5 laps. As Orion drifts it around turn 1, he's going around these turns.
I'm looking at middle of the pack here, 5 and 6 place drivers. Mikey went below the WL line for a second, 2 tires. I don't think that's a rule here, but he did get bumped going into turn 1 as a result of that. So drivers are going to want to watch where the lines are when they put the tires.
Of course, everyone wants to worry about the penalties, but there's not much you can do when you get forced off. As Presselin's trying to make a move on Mikey right now, he's pushing that Mustang back there hard.
Yeah, their throttle control is absolutely insane. I'm seeing Mikey go from 60 miles an hour to 100 in about 2 feet.
On his butt right now.
Yeah, and then you got Montana back there. We never suspected a guy like Montana to be, or at least I didn't, to be above the top 10. I didn't really think of a guy like Duvall or GTI or McWilbur. I had 2 of those guys in my top 5.
Did you? Which I honestly have never seen Montana race, so I can only go with so much data that I've already got. But he looked like he wasn't doing too horrible. But
yeah,
maybe it shows.
Yeah, for my days as a group post warrior, I've seen guys like McWilbur and Duvall fight back from these crazy odds of just 20th place, 18th place in races, and they come back and they get like a 5th place as Mikey passes Fire Barrett on the front.
Mikey is on a roll right now. He's
right up on Waxy.
He may pass Waxy on the turn 1 as Fire Barrett towards Mikey, possibly to touch the ball.
Yeah, and you really understand what these guys are doing as there's barely any brakes coming on in Mikey's car, getting on his telemetry. He's staying in second gear almost the whole race. Like in the infield, he's staying in second gear. And another cool thing that Forza does here is shows you the RPMs and the G-force. That would happen in real life. You're only getting about 1 to 2
1 to 1.5. Yeah, about 1 to 1.5, especially on that hard braking.
And then another thing I'm
gonna pull away again from Mikey is he has a horrible turn getting onto the oval park in Daytona.
Yeah, so does Cressel. You see him hit the apron a little bit back there. Not a fast part of the track that you're thinking of. You're really thinking, get on the throttle as soon as I can and just pedal to the metal until the bus stop. That's really not what you want to do. You want to find the line as Parrot goes in the grass a lot.
Amity even
too.
I just noticed this, but Amity just took P2 from Orion.
Yeah, very exciting battle for second place.
Yeah,
I hope third place will catch.
I think even with Forza showing how cold the tires are for these races, it shows they are ice cold. So the fact that they're keeping this car as straight as it is right now, it's impressive. It takes a lot of grit and being able to have throttle control, which is something a lot of racers right now who don't have.
Yeah, and I mean, you can really tell who has it. And who
Yeah, you
doesn't,
can tell
as
by the
Orion is
probably about the
blessed.
top 4. That's about, I'd say about the top 4 have that down like pat.
Yeah, they have it already from just the qualifying, I'd say, in some practice. But guys like Parrot and Mikey, they can adapt really well on these tracks. But another variable that these guys have to think about is their fuel. I was looking at Mikey's fuel. He almost took a full tank. Orion, he left a corner of his tank empty. I'm wondering if that's a part of the pit strategy he has, or if it's just something to make him a little bit faster.
Well, if it's making him a little bit faster, it hasn't worked so far. He's still stuck in P3. He's about a second off of Amity. And already almost 10 seconds off of Dark, who's currently hitting the bus stop.
Yeah, I mean, he's currently hitting the exit right now. And, you know, I don't know the driver data here, but, you know, getting out of the bus stop, you're going around 120, 130. Dark's hitting 140.
Yeah,
so that's really...
As I was watching Ryan, I thought I saw him drop to about 134. So that's almost a 6-mile-per-hour difference. So that's a massive difference when it comes to a road course like this. As Orion's trying to catch Amity right now, trying to get a slipstream.
Yeah, and you know, we're gonna have to name our Ally Cup Series backmarker of the week. Maybe a little prematurely, as GTI guy is 63 seconds behind Dark, and is just now hitting the backstretch on the same lap as everyone.
Yeah, I'm thinking that I don't think GTI doesn't quite get the car, even though he may have been part of making these cars. It just doesn't seem like he's comfortable in it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I see him in these last few turns right here. He's hitting the apron a little bit.
Oh, Igloo just dropped.
Where did he go? All the way to 11th?
Yep,
Probably
he dropped all
there's
the way
contact.
down to
Yeah,
11th.
he's in the menu, and he just
DNF'd.
DNF'd.
He just DNF'd.
So that's
Igloo
definitely going to be a game changer.
Is out of this race.
You know, that does disqualify him from the back mark for the week, so our guy is gone as Face Mob 279 joins a little bit late. 9 laps in.
Igloo Bang finally leaves the group. Such an unfortunate event for him, because he wasn't having a horrible race.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Trying to make it
9th place.
Preston's trying to make a move. Oh, Mikey almost takes those 4 tires off. Oh, and he takes 4 off on that bus stop as Preston passes Mikey. It was a great move from Preston. Oh my God, as Mikey hits Preston, almost spinning him.
Man, oh man, and Preston went in the medium field. But, yeah, I mean, going back to Igloo, we said before the race started, one of his big pet peeves and problems is his internet and his ability to just stay connected in the race. But
now I wonder.
Now he's a battle.
What's happening right with Preston and Mick, or Mikey?
Mikey, I mean, they have Montana right on their.
Yeah, they're
so
right on each other's tail. My question is, will Preston respond to Mikey about spinning him?
I don't know, as Montana goes on the grass.
Montana goes crazy. He saves it though very, very, very well.
No, I think that's a good benefit of these Fords, like the actual car, is that they're really good to handle on the grass. Like, I've tried these things at Homestead, I've tried these things at
Preston, it was like he almost pulled the handbrake.
Yeah, and Mikey, he had that sim snap to the right side this time instead of left and right. You know, these Fords, they're good in the grass to save, especially when the menu is coming back out of it. They're really good in grass to save yourself from a wreck, but they are not the best to save yourself on asphalt.
Well, I'll say this, Montana saved himself pretty damn well, and that looks like he's in the Mustang, if I'm not mistaken. Let me hop over
that. No, that you are.
No, he's in the Mustang. No, yeah, he's in the Mustang. the
All right,
number 23.
yeah.
I'm just now seeing Montana's paint scheme, and I like it. I love that silver with the light green. It's not sponsored
We
by
have our
Knox.
first car in the pit. I will announce that we do have our first car. You know, I'm going to say sponsored by the Forza Endurance Challenge going in the pits. And, you know, that's really a strategy-based maneuver because it's lap 11. You really
It is
don't want to
very
hit this
early.
early.
But you gotta remember though, they are on soft, so those tires are gonna be eaten up a lot quicker.
Yeah, that
So
is
the question
true. Like,
is-
if we go to car telemetry, it'll show us.
Like, what I'm trying to figure out is how does Stark not have any damage to his tires? Did he already pit?
I don't think he did, Rocky, because I
So is he
have
on
to
mediums?
He wouldn't have to be on mediums, but, you know, remember, some of these guys are just better on these tires. They can ride them out until they're almost bald. But I do see
Amity's also
in-
doing really well, so is Ryan. They're both they're both at about, they've already used a quarter of their tire wear already. They're looking really well right now. I mean,
Yeah,
hop
and I
back
think-
tank waxing.
Yeah, and as I'm looking at Dark right here, I think I can tell what he's doing right now with his strategy on tires. He's wearing these things out because I seen him come out of the bus stop. He normally comes out at around 130 something miles an hour. He came out at only 115.
I believe that's because he's got such a big lead. He's using that
Could be
to be able to conserve them. As we're looking at actually right here.
As Orion and Waxing, correct me if I'm mistaken, they both are pitting
Actually,
now.
you're both are pitting.
Let's see if anyone else pits. I'm going to go to Montana and check and find.
Amity's
no one else
deciding-
does.
Amity's deciding to stay out.
Oh, wait,
Mikey at his
McOver
highest.
going in the pits.
Mikey
So,
right now
we're
at
gonna
his
see
highest position he's been in all night. Currently P3, sitting behind Amity and Dark with Montana right on his tail.
And
This is
yeah,
gonna be
it's
a
really
good
going to
battle
determine
here.
what happens here. As he just snapped out of that turn, you're really going to see what happens here when Montana gets right on his tail, see if the pressure falls. As, you know, the rest of these guys, they're finding their pit strategies on around lap 11, lap 12. You're going to want to wonder when Dark, Amity, and Mikey, some of the guys that didn't pit are going to go in. But I think Dark has a good enough window to where he'll, you know, pit and still be in first place as some cars are exiting the pits now, I think.
G-Day, I just thought of this. That bar to the left of the tires may not be the tires. That may be their fuel.
Yeah, the bar to the left is their fuel. The four things right there are their tires, but I think that if we look at telemetry on the driver data, never mind. Damage. Oh, tires is where you find damage. You know, I'm looking at Montana's. He has one in the almost brownish orange. So I'm gonna go to Dark actually and see what his are at, because if that's what Montana's are at, fighting with him, yeah, Darks are completely blown. He has 60% fuel. So it's really just what these guys are figuring out is Mikey and Montana.
It looks like
going pits.
Mikey and Montana are going in the pits right now.
And you add another one in, Crescent, he went in as well. That's going to be a couple of position changes.
Question is, will DeVault pit? I believe he will, because he's been out for quite a while. I mean, this is going to be an interesting race from him. Will Mikey's going to get out of the pit lane? Out.
First, and DeVault did go in. He's in the box right now as Orion finally just now passing all these guys. Going into turn one, it's going to be close coming out of the turns as Waxing and a couple other cars are coming in right behind him.
Here comes Mikey coming right out of the pit lane.
Oh, it's going to be close. Watch this right here. Watch it. Fire Parrot coming out.
Ooh, Parrot.
Oh, and they just barely
He's
dodged
back
it. I'm
down
going to go back
to
on
6th
Parrot.
place. But he's right. He's in prime position to take back P5.
Yeah. Oh, no, but his sim snap.
Okay, he's looking a little
man.
wobbly there.
Yeah,
That
you hate to
number
see
70
that there.
I will say for my favorite paint scheme of the night, it's gonna definitely go to Mikey. That's such a
Yeah, I think so
cool
too.
looking, just a cool little livery with such so many details on it.
Yeah, so many details, so much extra glitter and spaz on it that, you know, it's just gonna win the hearts over the guys watching it. But
It catches your eye and you just
It
can't
does
stop
catch your
looking
eye.
at it.
yeah, but as some guys are heading out of the pits, as Dark and Amity are just now getting in the
Dark.
pits.
Let's go to Waxy quick.
Yeah, as you know,
See if they can
coincidentally,
catch up.
as Dark's already exiting pits, coincidentally, GTI in the vault went the pits last. GTI is just now hitting right about where turn 1 on the oval starts. So you're gonna wonder, is he gonna get lapped in the next few laps? I'm gonna say before lap 20 he gets lapped.
I'm gonna say before lap 18. I can see it as he gets so close to that barrier. Wow, that
Yeah.
made him cover up. That was dang close.
Yeah, and we just had a lead position change here for 5th place and 6th. You have Parrot and Mikey. Parrot was ahead of him, but Mikey, with that Ford Mustang, they're faster in the straights and the turns that are normally ovals. He just went right by him. So now you have Montana right behind Parrot too.
As GTI just cuts the chicane, just cut it.
The bus stop.
Didn't even. Just did
Yeah,
not
no, he's
stop
been doing
at
that
the
for
bus
a
stop.
couple of laps. But you know, I'm not gonna fault him for it. You know, you're this far
I'm
back in the
not.
race. What do you have to lose?
I mean, remember, there's a big penalty for cutting that bus stop. Is he willing to take that chance? I don't think I
Yeah.
would.
Oh, as Mikey gets some seam snap going into the last turn before the oval turn 1. That's what I'm gonna call it. As Parrot passes him and face mob finally moves group after not being able to spectate.
Should have been earlier. This is one great race happening right now.
Yeah.
As let me hop over to the number 2 Miller Waxy. He's on the back straight, heading to the bus stop right now as he's taking it.
Ooh, as Parrot and Mikey might get a little late jump in the bus stop up here. I'm watching the guy right behind you, Parrot. Montana's actually catching up to him very well, and Kreslin could be making that move as well.
I will say this though, Mikey is getting held up heavily by Parrot because he's playing some amazing defense right now.
Yeah, especially on the corners you're going to see here in the infield. They love to bump each other in the corners if their sim staff doesn't, you know, control them. As they go into turn 1, we'll see if that happens.
As we are at a point of interest, there goes Dark in P1. And just to show how far back the group is, Amity is just now passing. And there goes Orion. And then there's another massive gap with Waxy. Then you got
Fire
Fire
Parrot.
and
Yeah.
Mikey.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, the leader time gap really doesn't do it justice because it is a little long, but leader comparison, you know, Parrot's in 5th, Dark's in 1st. You're going to see a whole lot of, you know, just weird stuff going on between these guys. As Parrot is 21 seconds behind Dark.
Montana is slowly creeping up to Mikey and Fire Parrot on this oval part right here. As Mikey's trying to make a move
side by
around
side.
Parrot, he makes the pass. Parrot gives up the position.
Well, watch it
as
through
they
the
go
bus
to-
stop here, see if they change it. Parrot
Mikey's
messes it up
playing
with the
great
sideways.
defense. And Mikey's
And
back
look,
on the
Montana's
front.
making it up.
Montana just made up maybe a second worth of time.
Yeah, full on second. They were about a second apart before the bus stop, and that changed immediately. You're gonna wonder if Montana can keep up this battle, trying to catch up to Parrot. If he can, that's okay. You have 7th place. You're in the top 10.
You've
But if
got a
not-
lot of time left.
Yeah, I mean you have a lot of time. It's only lap 16.
As Parrot takes the wide turn, Mikey takes the tight turn as they go through the first turns in this Daytona race.
Yeah, and one thing I'll add here, Rocket, is that you're not going to see a whole lot of other packs here. You're going to see a middle of the pack, you know, pretty like we're seeing right here. But other than that, all these guys are spread out. If you take like a minute each on your POI, you'll probably see every single racer within 2 or 3 minutes.
You know one person you won't see? GTI. He is so
GTI,
far
yeah.
back that I don't think there's much he can do to catch up.
No, he's just now getting on lap 16.
Let's see.
You know, it's not as far as I thought it would be.
Dark is just getting to the bus stop, so he can catch GTI.
Yeah, but I think if we go look at GTI right now, I think he's starting to learn his line a little bit. As Nope, he is sitting with Woeful and just cutting that corner all entirely. Oh, what a great time to catch in on GTI.
I'm gonna say, this leads me to believe that he got the okay from either Amity, Waxy, or somebody to be able to do that, because that's a mighty big cut.
And as you watch him try and drift this corner right here, as Dark is seemingly, you can watch him on your screen just right in front of him on the other side of the track. Is there is not another battle happening anywhere close apart from Parrot in Montana. And might be, I assume.
I mean, let's go to Arrive real quick to check in with him. He's...
No, I'm going to say on Parrot,
you can
see swiftly passes.
I mean, Orion's got the chance to get to Amity. I don't think Amity's got the chance to get to Dark unless there is a caution, which right now it looks like they're just clean driving.
Yeah, I mean, they're really not close enough unless the 5, 6, 7, and 8 drivers all wreck together that a caution would come out, because they don't do single car wrecks. They count your cars just like FCS now. But, you know, with this fearsome middle of the pack that's fighting for 5th place, you might see something happen here.
I could see something happening, especially with how these drivers are. And not to beat down on Parrot, but he is known to cause some stuff to happen. Right now, it looks like he is just pulling away from Mikey.
Yeah, and I mean, his steering degrees are way different than Mikey's. You really happen to move the wheel on the Mustang compared to the older wheel.
Yes, you do.
Especially in this bus stop here. I mean, you only see -6 and 8 come up on Parrot's steering wheel degree compared to, you know, double digits on Mikey and Montana. As you know, not a whole lot else happening here. You could watch GTI pass through the bus stop once he catches it, but Dark is moving in on him.
Mikey is falling behind Parrot right now.
Yeah, you know, I seen Mikey mess up at the bus stop, and I really thought to myself, is that where he starts to fall off of here? And maybe lose 6th place as Montana's right on his tail.
Mikey goes way too deep into the turn, and Montana's right on his tail.
As GTI finally makes an attempt at the bus stop. Doesn't work, but, you know, we'll always give him his flowers.
I'm thinking that he's doing that because Dark's catching.
Yeah, I mean, they're both on the backstretch right now. And, you know, you gotta think a little bit in the little jokester mind of GTI that he's toying with Dark. Like, come try and lap me. I'm right here. Like, he's roasting himself on a platter.
I mean, that is a good point. Thing is, if you're a back marker, can you hold up the man in first?
I'm going to say no on that, because you've seen in FCS we had a playoff race at Watkins Glen. You know, Igloo Shebang, the guy we were talking about that did DNF, held up Dark, the leader, into turn 1 and ended up getting bumped and ran by Dark. And Igloo got a race ban during that stint. So I'm going to wonder what GTI does here. I'm going to say he plays it safe.
Oh, as GTI goes around on the turn. Dark's going to catch him here.
I don't know. I mean, you're seeing GTI get on the gas right now. I'm really thinking he's starting to run like Shaggy from the original Scooby-Doo show. and just boogie
Yeah,
on
but
out.
I don't think he's fast enough to run away from that bad man Dart.
But I mean, you got to give it to GTI. His paint scheme is pretty good with the Detroit Red Wings on the hood and a manual shifter on the side.
It is very nice as Dark is catching and catching quick. Will he catch him?
Dark's right on his tail.
Will Dark catch him before? No, I don't think he will. Oh, he may.
No, I don't think he will. His contact is made between Mikey and Montana. I went back to watch him as they're right next to each other. Garrett really gone in the wind.
I'm on GTI's car right now, just looking back at. Oh, as he does not take the bus stop right in front of Dark.
Now you know that's got to be a little bit touches towards the leader of the race, saying, you know, I may be back here, but I can have some fun too. As Mikey lost a lot of ground going onto the backstretch. You know, he messed up that last turn going onto the huge full turn.
Yeah, he brought him down all the way down to 7.
Yeah, now you're watching him, you know, try and catch that back up at the bus stop as Montana's going to try and catch back up to Barrett. I really don't think that they will catch back up to Barrett before lap 25. I'll say give it lap 26, maybe 27.
I don't think Dark's going to even catch GTI if he's going to keep cutting that bus stop.
No, I mean, there's really statistically no way he does unless Dart risks a penalty and does the same thing. But for a backup driver or a back marker such as GTI in this race, you're not going to do that.
No, there's no reason.
No reason to at all. You know what is coming around the corner is the FEC sponsored pit lap. You know, you're going to see guys, you know, they're lap 20. They started pitting on lap 11 and 12. You're going to see them on the next lap here. Or, you know, you're even going to see Orion here when the line is coming up close. He's probably going to pit here.
I'm currently on Waxy in his Buick in P4 in the number 2 Miller light car. He's 16 seconds behind the leader. I mean, he's way back there. He's trying to make up that ground as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and you know, I'm gonna look at Pear right here. Yeah, Montana right on his tail. You know, Pear's very vulnerable if he stays on the apron to spin. As here goes Montana, he's gonna make the
there
move.
goes Montana. He's taking the inside. Well, who will break first?
Oh, and Pear closes the door.
Save it, boy! He saved it. There comes Mikey. That was the moment he was waiting for. There comes Mikey.
Oh no,
down
but
the
Mikey
apron.
going in the grass. He's trying to pull me from the FC's practice race at Daytona.
Yes, he is. Wasn't as clean of a move as you did, but he's gonna try and make the move as he could have just gone outside to make the
Or
move.
no, he's bumping Parrot. Okay.
They're trying to work together.
No, he went back up high. They're gonna try and mess around here on turn 1. Parrot taking a real late turn. He's going off the track right here, almost off the line.
Mikey's about to make the move
They're side
to go
by side,
inside
and
as
he's gone.
he's just passed Parrot like it was nothing.
Like you,
As they
I'm
take
gonna
the
go
U-turn.
back to. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the backstretch there. If we have the replay system involved in Forza Motorsport 8. But you know, on the backstretch, when Parrot messed up on the bus stop, Mikey seen his opportunity, and just like a Bugs Bunny evil character, licked his lips in joy seeing that extra spot being able to be taken.
Yes, he did. Montana is now taking full, just taking everything that he can with all the mistakes that Parrot's making. As looks like Montana
Parrot
may have had a problem. Oh no, Montana didn't have a problem, but looks.
I think that's Mikey that did the sim snap. That's getting him in that turn every time.
Yes, it is. Montana looks like he's getting low on fuel.
Yeah, this is around the time you're going to see these cars start to pit. Like I said, lap 21, that's about 11 laps of... Oh, as Parrot goes in the grass, he messes up the bus stop.
As Ryan is taking his second pit stop.
Yeah, see what I said here. You got these guys that took their pit stops on lap 11. They're finally doing it on lap 22. You got Orion and Wax. I'm sure some people are going to follow as they're changing up strategy.
As Parrot's
Parrot's going to follow.
Montana and Mikey elect to stay out with as little fuel as Montana's got. That's surprising, but he's trying to make up that ground.
Yeah, but remember, with these tires here only lasting around 10 laps, you got to think they're just staying out for one more lap, trying to get this time advantage on these two.
Oh, as Montana hits that inside wall. Mikey's
you're gonna hate
licking
to
his
see
chops
that.
again, just watching Montana make that mistake.
Yeah, as Mikey gets that yellow curve right there on the end of that turn. That did slow him down for about half a second, maybe even a quarter of a second. But, you know, I'm going to mark my words. You're going to see some of these guys in the Ford Mustangs start to pit on lap 23.
I can see it happening. You know, Mustangs, they burn their tires faster than anything.
Yeah, Waxy disconnects.
No! But that was everyone knew that if Waxy was racing,
That was a variable.
a DC was going to happen for him as Mikey hits the outside wall again.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to bring up a guy in the back of the pack almost. 7th place. You have a battle between Wilbur and Parrot brewing up. Parrot just getting out of the pits. Fresh new tires. Wilbur has low gas, has some cold tires. I'm assuming they're worn though, as we didn't see him pit earlier on.
I'm currently looking at Orion right now with an 18 M&M's car, which it is one of my favorite cars. It's just a classic. You can't have NASCAR or stock car racing without an M&M's car.
Yeah, you can't have it without M&M's or an 18 car. As I'm gonna start seeing some of these guys pit if I'm not wrong. Mikey and Montana staying out. They're gonna try and get their spot in the limelight.
They're trying to push it as hard as they can. Now, whether that's a good idea,
I'm really wondering here what's going through these guys' mind going through lap 23, going on to lap 24.
As Montana takes that turn wide, Mikey's just waiting for him to make that single mistake just to count on that number 3 spot.
Yeah, but you gotta think here, you know, their tires aren't managing so well. They're gonna have to pit here soon. They're fighting for a meaningless position in about 5 laps.
I mean, as of right now, I'd say meaningless is the last word, the best word I would use. I mean, we've still got almost 50 laps. Got a little less than that, but we still got a lot of time. I would be worried about getting ready for a caution to pop out at any moment.
Yeah, because you have Parrot and Wilbur fighting back here. You know, they're not known for being the most stable when it comes to saving a car. But they're fighting for 7th right now, and Wilbur did not pit this lap, so his tires are definitely a bit more worn in. And
yes,
his
they
gas
are.
is just completely drained. Compared to Parrot, he has fresh new tires, way more gas.
So maybe Wilbur's gonna try to use that no gas as a help, because I mean, having no gas means you are lighter, so you are gonna be a little quicker around the corners, but not having those tires.
As Montana and
kill
Mikey go into pits, you know, we did predict it as they went to turn 3 and 4. Their battle was really for nothing, as both Wilbur and Fire Parrot was at the bus stop.
Yes, they did. As Fire Parrot just bombs it. And
came out of the pause
is that
menu.
default?
Yeah.
He just
That is
completely
default,
missed. Default completely missed the bus stop. I don't think it was on purpose. I just think he just had a horrible line.
And Wilbur is going to go in the pits as well now.
I'm currently looking at Dark and P1 as GTI again just cuts the bus stop. I don't think there's any chance that he's going to catch GTI being allowed to do that.
Yeah, no chance at all unless you see GTI go back in the pits, which is inevitable as Wilbur is in 9th place. You know, we're really going to see here in the next few laps whether GTI is just good. I mean, GTI is possible to get the 9th place position.
I'm currently watching Oh, as GTI passed Wilbur.
But you gotta remember, he's coming out of the pits. Wilbur could be the one getting lapped first.
Wilbur's going to be the first person lapped in this race.
And you know, that's gonna be the FSS lapped car of the race.
Hold on, he hasn't been lapped yet.
No, not yet, but Dark is hot on his tail.
Yes, he is.
As
Now,
Willful is going
I
back.
will say this. Will all of those bus stop cuts, will that make a difference? Because I don't think if he does those bus stop cuts, Nick Wilbur's in last.
Yeah, no, I don't think Wilbur will commit to something like that, because reminder, he was fighting for a position as Crestline goes in the pits. He was fighting for 7th place, so he can, you know, like I said before the race, he can get back up at the top of the pack.
Yes, he can.
So it's really just a determination thing, because Dark also needs to go in the pits soon.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to need to go in quite yet. I think he hit, what, lap 13, 14?
He pit around lap 14, if I'm correcting.
As Wilbur's taking the bus stop right now with Dark right on his tail.
As Wilbur does go in the grass. No battle happening right now, unless you want to count Fire Parrot, and I think that's DeVault. No, it's Crestline. He just came out the pits. And Parrot goes in the grass for a second, and that will give Crestline a spot to try and overtake you.
Well, we were
As
wrong
let's
in
see
our
how- I'm gonna watch
predictions, as
Parrot.
Dark did not overtake anybody within the first 20 laps. But he is hot on Nick Wilbur's tail.
Yeah.
He is catching.
Like, you can see him from Fire Parrot's point of view. Red hot, might catch him in the next couple turns. But, you know,
Wilbur's trying to play like a gazelle. He's trying to just run as fast as he can, making sure he can take these corners perfectly.
yeah, and as Amity goes in the pits on lap 26, maybe even 27 if I'm correct, but I think 26, Crestline did pass Parrot on that last turn before the huge left-hander.
As
they go
I'm
on the bus stop
with
here.
Orion, as he's going to take 2nd place from Amity going into turn 1 in this Daytona road course race with 45 laps left remaining.
Yeah, now, as we seen at the beginning of the race, Orion and Amity were fighting each other. So, depending on how fast Montana and Mikey are to catch back up, they're going to fight each other for 3rd place if Orion can catch back up, which I do doubt in a couple of laps. But you give it to 40, like 45, they'll make a good fight.
And I just want to point this out. Dark is almost 40 seconds ahead of the next car.
Yeah, as Parrot and Crestline still having a huge fight here, as Crestline's making the move on turn 2.
As Dark is going to go into the pits, giving Nick Wilbur the ability to not be the first person lapped.
We will have to wait a couple more laps. Oh, as Crestline's going around, he's almost turned. Going into turn 6, he's all the way in the gravel.
Yes, he is.
That's a surprising save from Crest. You know, normally you don't see him save something like that, but, you know, I did say the Mustangs are good saving. But that did hurt the tires, I know.
Yes, it did, especially on that soft compound. Anything like that, just eat them alive. As I'm watching Parrot, the number 1, I cannot tell if his number 1 is backwards or if it's just me.
I don't know either, but, you know, I do see the pace car coming out. I do think they did call a caution for... The pace car did come out. I do think they're going to call it for Crest.
Now
and this is the first time we're going to see their maneuver here.
Yes, we are. The question is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, pits are going to be closed this lap until everybody catches up.
Yeah, and I think you're correct in that. And since there's no lapped cars, they're not going to have to wait any. So I think they're going to go this time around, not letting them pit. And then next time around, they're going to let Dark and maybe a couple other guys pit. This does change their pit strategy some. Because, you know, Orion, he pit on 22 or 21. He was probably going to pit in the next 10 laps.
No.
25?
No, Dark pit on 27, or no, 26. Orion pit 23, you're right.
So yeah, you're probably going to see some of these guys' pit strategies change here as the caution came out. And, you know, that's our first...
That's going to give some
Discord
life
yellow
to those
flag.
guys in the back with Nick Wilbur, GTI, Default, Crestland, because those guys did not look like they had a chance of coming back, but now they have a chance. If they figure out their line, they're going to have a chance at getting and staying in that top 5 to top 10 area.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's really a chance for everyone to just pack up and get together, because, I mean, GTI, you know, he can really get a chance here if some people do pit and positions change.
As Mikey is sitting in the pause menu, along with Orion.
And you gotta wonder if some of these guys are gonna bow out early, as you know,
Mikey
some of these guys
is still sitting in the pause menu. I believe he may be changing batteries.
Now, as we see here on our Discord caution of the night, we're going to see a couple guys change their pit strategy. Who do you think will do that, Rocket?
I really think it's going to be probably Orion. I mean, he just pit, so I mean, the people who just pit, I feel bad because, I mean, actually, no, it works out for them, but the people who pit 5 laps before, you're thinking to yourself, and now I got pit 5 laps earlier than everyone else.
Yeah, and you do see some of these guys as GTI cuts the bus stop again. You're going to see some of these guys really just reset their pits and, you know, maybe go in and just reset what lap they're going to pit on next time. But, you know, that's the fun about Discord cautions of the night. You're really going to see what people do on cautions as you have Mikey going back to the pack as Parrott's
coming
just
way
waiting at
too
pit
hot
road.
though, as he's just
I wasn't
roasted his
watching him.
tires. Question is, where is Parrott? Oh,
Parrott is coming in
he's
right here.
driving
Hopefully
back.
he doesn't wreck into the guys.
There he is. How many people do you think are going to go into the pits in this lap?
I say we're going to see maybe 4 or 5.
I think,
as we do have
wow,
Dark
it's
and
looking
Orion
like
going
we got
in.
2. We got the top 2
And you have the
going
vault
in.
there on turn 4 of the oval.
Looks like we've got
and you have a
more
lot
people.
more.
Wow, we've got
2, 4, 6, 7.
7. It's a lot of people.
You know, we're gonna watch.
Oh wait, I think everybody went in except Crest.
Oh, Amity and Cress.
That's a bold
That's
move.
surprising.
Now the question
as
is,
a guy in
who's gonna
Dodge
win the
said-
shootout out of the pits?
Yeah, it's really dependent here. And, you know, I'm going to go to Crestland to try and see who makes it out first. And I do think it was Dark. It was Dark. Mikey, Orion, Fire Parrot, Wilbur, and then Montana, and then GTI, and Duvall. That was the order they did come out of the pits in, and that's the order they came in the pits in. So that's really exciting.
No,
to see
Orion.
that.
I believe Orion lost a spot to Mikey.
Oh, yeah, Orion. This was a spot to Mikey.
So Mikey now, who has been, I would say, he's been pretty dang good this race. If he can figure out that jerk from his steering wheel, he could be a favorite.
Because he's been fighting up here.
Yes, he has. He's been doing very, very well. As they
But you know,
double
another
up.
guy they got to worry about, as they are doubling up, you know, another guy they got to worry about here, who isn't in the top 4 right now, but in the top 5, or top 6, is Parrott. You know, he's been holding that card nice and smooth for most of the race.
I would also keep your eye on Montana. He has been doing very well this race. He's starting to figure out that card, but I feel like if he figures it out even better, he could be a really dangerous driver.
And I think you're correct in that assumption because, you know, Montana hasn't been racing a whole long time in the league, so, but, you know, he does know how to keep a Mustang in check. But
Not a lot of
I'm
people
really
do.
thinking,
I will say, not a lot of people do. That's why they got the nickname Route Killers.
yeah. And another guy I think that could stay up in the pack, but, you know, maybe not as vicious is Cresslin, because you've seen him save the car as Wilbur just got
Someone
spun.
is spun at the back.
Wilbur just
McWilbur
got
is
spun on the base lap.
by default.
You
Now
gotta
they're
think
gonna have
Tucker's
to
gonna
go.
flare here.
I do think they're gonna start building up. I don't know what happened there, but I wouldn't like that. I think DeVault's gonna give him his spot back. Yes, he is. I'm gonna keep my eye on Mikey just to see how his restart is. He's my favorite driver so far, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah, no, I really could see it there from the paint scheme. You said it did, you know, sparkle in your eyes. But, you know, I really think the guy they need to contain here, all these guys in the top 5, is Dark.
Yes, they do. If Dark is gone, it's over. You may not get another
as they're
pit.
about to take a green flag, you know, it's really coming down to the wire. As Montana is coming out the pause menu, and that's going to do it.
Right, as we are off after the caution, Amity's taking up first. Oh, as looks like they're gonna get Dark.
Grass goes way far out.
Mikey is falling back. He's back into 4th. We go to Dark real quick, and the
As
number
Wilbur
58.
hit the inside wall, we'll see Montana. He fell back all the way there. He's with the ball.
Oh yeah, he is. Dark is
Amity side by side with Dark right now.
And that's going to be probably the race to see who's going to be the best racer. Ryan's going to take the inside. Ryan is
taking the inside. Dark following him too. No bumping yet. Oh, Ryan Dark.
Mikey is coming in hot. He's just sitting on the dirt.
Yeah, look who's
Ryan
made
and
it
Amity are now
pair.
taking
He's
off.
riding in the grass.
Over to Amity, the number 40 in the number 9 spot. Number 9. Sorry about that. That's gonna be a race to keep an eye on. They're gonna try and keep Dark contained as much as possible.
Yeah, and now you're seeing the groups kind of start to develop. You have the mid-pack with 4th place starting with Mikey and not ending until Montana. Then you have Cresslin and GTI. You know, it's really weird and fascinating to see these guys start to punch up as Montana passes the ball on the bus stop. It's really just nice to see these guys try and catch up and get to their certain groups that they know they can battle.
Looks like Mikey's going to try and see if he can catch up to Dark in the front of the pack.
Yeah, see, I don't think he's your favorite driver here, but I don't think
he's going to do it. That's a very hard task to do. I can say that from experience. It is hard to catch Dark when he's on a streak.
Exactly, but, you know, Dark did take a later braking zone right there as Orion is right hot on Amity's tail. You gotta think Dark's just waiting for them to mess up so he can take it. As Orion cuts off Amity.
Ryan's going out wide. That may be the moment Dark was looking for, though.
Yeah, as Montana, I see him back there. He went back in the grass for a little bit, slowed down again.
Montana has made up a lot of ground. He's behind Mikey again.
Yeah, I think it's really going to be a battle between Orion and Dark just to see who wants to fight Amity.
The question is, who's going to fight Dark between Orion and Amity to keep them at bay? They're pretty much working together as a team, even though they aren't. They're going to try and work together as a team to try and keep him at bay, especially being teammates in the next season of FCS.
And as I do see a trend here, I see, you know, Amity does take it in the exits turns, but going into the entrances, Orion tries to make a move, and that does hinder them with Dark on their tail. So I do think they have to work together a little bit better to try and contain, you know, the fastest guy on the track, I'd say.
I would have to agree on that. He is the fastest man on this track, as he is right on Ryan's tail. Ryan's trying to play the trying to play some decent defense right now, and trying to catch up to Amity at the same time.
Yeah, and you're really gonna wonder here, what groups are really gonna benefit from this as Orion bumps Amity in the of the car.
As I don't know if you had noticed, but Mikey fell all the way down to 6 as Harris takes it way too wide.
Yeah, going into
the U-turn right here.
Yeah, and Amity might have left the door open for Dark as Orion's gonna pass him.
Now it's time for Amity to play some defense on Dark.
Now, as I'm checking Discord to see if anyone's left on purpose. So far, nothing changing apart from the position of first place of Orion and Amity up top in the top 3.
Fire Parent and McClover are having a battle right now. Looks like they just switched places.
Ooh, yeah. We're really going to see that middle pack start to change places a whole lot as the race goes on.
Yes, you are. And it's, I mean, so far right now, Amity's trying to take it on the outside. Will Orion try and block off Dark? Yes, he will. As
yes,
they go into the bus stop.
Yeah, that's the team we really want to see here.
Even though they may not like each other because they're not on the same team, but they're going to try and work together because they have a common enemy in Dark.
Yeah, and you're right. As they go side by side, we're going into the last few turns here. As GTI is now, yet again,
as Amy's leaving the door open for Dark.
Oh, they could go 3 wide. Take the bottom, buddy.
There's Ryan is making the inside as he barely touches Amity. They get dangerously close to that inside line.
Look here, going inside. Dark could have went inside right here. But he chose not to. That's very smart of him to just wait it out. Don't be too aggressive going into these first 2 turns.
Yes, that's what you call a professional driver. He knows when to and when to not let it do something that he shouldn't do.
Yeah. And, I can't remember the sponsor, but the back marker of the day, I think I don't really remember as we start to try and identify some sponsors here.
As I'm looking at my Discord right now, I have no idea what Larry's got planned, and I do not like it. As Amity is gonna lose the
Amity's leaving Dark.
to Dark.
Well, no, we're gonna see here. Could the draft of the Ford Mustang be powerful?
No, Amity's not gonna is gonna be behind Dark.
Well, no, look, you gotta watch it here. They're side by side again, going into the bus stop. You're gonna want to see who has more cojones to really go through, and it's Amity.
Yes, it is Amity. As Amity misses his last turn on the bus stop.
That should be fine. He walks him down low. As the middle of the pack not making too many position changes now.
As Ryan is now taking that Dark position, passing and just leading by a good margin.
Oh, and looky here, they're going side by side again.
Yes, they are.
And here comes Amity. He did take a little bit better than Dark. He pushes Dark on the outside. Oh, they make contact.
As Dark goes on the outside, he makes the best turn that he could have made as he gets into second place. His eyes are set on the prize, Orion packs.
Yeah, I mean, you knew as soon as Dark passed Amity that first time that something was going to happen sooner or later.
Yes,
and you just never know when, but he took his advantage in turn 1.
The question is, will Orion crack under the pressure of being right in front of the man who took away his chance at a championship just recently?
Yeah, and I mean, it's really just a game of cat and mouse here, and fragile glass moving. Orion is the mouse, and also the glass carrier. Seeing if he'll drop the glass, and that being a metaphor for him being first place and dropping it to Dark under pressure.
Yeah, looking at Amity, it looks like he's just dropped back in the race as Dark is taking a much better line. Who as Orion slides in on the turn out of the bus stop. As
Yeah, you gotta think what's gonna happen.
we are almost halfway done with this race tonight.
Yeah,
I
we're gonna be
believe
almost
the halfway mark is 36, if I'm not mistaken.
And you know, if you aren't mistaken, then that's gonna be our Twitch halftime race notification.
Yes, it is.
Now, I am gonna have to look back at the stream and see all the sponsors we have here. I do know we have FSS.
Oh, as
Backline.
Amity pushed Dark, almost turning it.
Yeah, that's going to be a wonderful move you're going to see here. Past these couple of turns, if Amity can catch back up, he's going to try that move more and more.
Yes, he is. I heard from a little bird that he isn't afraid to get down and dirty in these races, especially with that man Dark, because, you know, they may not like each other, so we could see some bump and runs in the future of this race, especially when it gets down to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, and speaking of nitty-gritty, you got 4th place all the way to 9th. Still in one loosely pushed up path.
Uh-oh, is Dark going to make the final move? Dark is on the outside. He's really trying right now
He's
as
letting
he
it
backs
go.
off.
Here comes
As
Amity.
Amity comes in,
He
shoots
messes it
fast.
up.
Oh, as he almost takes out Dark. That could be very bad for Amity. He may not be able to make that up.
Yeah, no, he lost all that time. He's going to have to sit all by himself. You know, I think if we see him start slowing down more, he's going to start conserving tires.
I believe that. These tires are going by real quickly.
Yeah, and especially with the top 3 battling this much, you're going to see them battle as their
Dark
tires
is
wear
going to
down.
take the Dark is taking the outside turn. Ryan is playing perfect defense right now. Only he can do that playing college football, you know.
Exactly. And, you know, another thing that I'm starting to see Dark do is take the outside and wait for the inside line to open up, see if it will stay open to take it. And, you know, that's the little things in this game that you just don't see from, you know, guys like Parrott or, I'm going to say Montana, that they just don't see and recognize the little holes you can take.
Yeah, you're right. That's the difference between a very experienced driver and someone who doesn't quite understand that tactic quite yet.
Yeah, as Amity is actually trying to make his way back up to Dark. He does go wide, hits the wall for a second, and onto the big left-hander.
I'm going to jump down to Mikey fighting with Parrott, as this isn't really even a battle. Parrott's already almost 2 seconds ahead of him, but he's got a battle with him with Presley.
Yeah, and as I'm looking at Montana, who just passed Wilbur like a couple laps ago, Montana's fuel is in the danger zone. He's probably going to have to go and get fuel in the next couple of laps.
And I've noticed
you know,
a big
that's just
difference with all of these racers compared to Dark and Orion and Amity. They're taking that bus stop at about 80 to 90. They're taking it real slow.
Yeah, and you know, that's really something you're gonna see more often as these guys are trying to just, you know, play the waiting game. But Orion and Dark are not, as Dark actually takes the inside here. Let's see if he'll make the move. He doesn't have enough momentum.
No, he did not. And that may give Amity the chance to be a little more aggressive to possibly catch up to them.
You know, I will disagree with you on that. I think it's a perfect opportunity for Amity to let his tires, you know, slow down and become a little bit less cool. As
true.
He lets Dark and Orion fight. That's a perfect opportunity for him to take the lead, say, when their tires get to 0%, close to, and his tires are still like 60 or something. But that's depending on if they stay on the track for that long.
I definitely don't see Orion being able to stay out too long. He's sliding way too much. I haven't seen Dark slide whatsoever.
Yeah, and you're right that observation.
Ryan's trying to push Dark up and into the wall.
And it's working, but Dark breaks a little bit earlier than Orion. Amity's going to try the same move that got him stuck there. It didn't go as bad as before.
It worked out pretty well. He did make up a little bit of ground. It's just there's not much you can do when you've got two guys in front of you who are racing at their best. I wouldn't say Dark's best, but Orion's racing at his best right now.
Definitely, and I would say that. And another factor that comes in here is the car they're running. You see the first and second place, Orion and Dark, they're running an Oldsmobile. Amity, he's running a Ford. So you gotta think, these things are, the Oldsmobiles are better in the turns, but the Mustang, I would say, is better in the straights.
I would have to agree with you on that. But I will say Amity does have an advantage over Dark and Orion. He made these cars, so he knows these cars like the back of his hand, so he knows how to keep it stable as he prevents it from spinning, and he is right back in this.
Yeah, and I really think that it's just a really close battle as Wilbur goes in the pits prematurely. I think that's going to help him in the long run.
I don't know
that's his
about
fourth
it. I mean,
pit stop.
He is very far back, so it may not make a difference.
Oh, and Wilbur disconnects. You hate to see it in the pits, disconnecting. And, you know, I really gotta think of that as our camera does glitch out of it as someone goes in the pits and disconnects. So hopefully you're still in the race.
Yes, I am. As it is a three-way fight for first right now.
Yeah, they're side by side.
Trying to give a boost to Orion.
And it does work that side drive maybe enough.
Orion's going to take it. Oh, as Orion makes a great move.
And Amity goes in the grass.
Amity just lost all of that ground. He just made up. Hate to see it.
To wait until like lap 45 or 44 to get there. As you know, I actually have another viewer with us today. Finally at minute 92 on lap 37. It was an exciting race as I don't know what's happening now. Camera's glitching out again. As Wilbur, GTI, and the Vault are all gone now. You have 8 people in the lobby now. Cresslet in the pits. So I wonder what's happening there. As, you know, Dark's fighting. And Orion's still. And you gotta wonder, are these guys leaving voluntarily or just on a whim? And as you know, my main host here, as I'm the co-host, Rocket, he's been really confident in Dark and Mikey. As you know, Mikey's in 6th place right now. It's real hard to see his favorite driver just drop back to second to last place now, as there's only 7 actual racers left.
Yes, there is. As GTI also disconnects.
Yeah, and I see DeVault's about to do the same thing.
Yeah, it looks like he also disconnects. That's a big loss. Almost half the lobby's already dropped out.
Yeah, and you do see Dark. He's trying to get on that inside of the turn, and he almost made the move. Orion just barely slammed the door on him.
I'm thinking Orion whose tires are probably up.
Yeah, they're about to fall off, I feel like, because he's trying his darndest to, you know, fight with Dark as Orion's just getting slippery.
As Dark is just passing him like nothing happened.
Yeah, no, but we're going to see here is Parrot, I think maybe disconnecting here too, because it says he's in the pits right now. I don't see a car in the pits.
Let's see. Remember though, we are on it. Oh, as Dark goes out wide.
Orion does the same thing. Parrot did go in the pits, it just didn't show up on my map.
And remember, we are on an 8-second delay, so we are a little behind.
Yeah, but you're correct in that assumption. As Mikey takes 5th place, you know, they're not too close to catching up. You know, Montana's only around, I'd say, 7 seconds.
Looks like he's about 7 seconds. I don't believe that. I think he's more like 15, 16.
Yeah, Yeah, I think the interval showed up there as it does change from penalty to time gap to interval.
And pits.
And pits, yeah. Parrot's the only one that's taken 4 pits right now, as the interval is a 1.6-second interval from the leader to Orion, as Orion just needs to pit now. He needs to get out of Dodge.
Yes, he does. He is holding up Amity badly. And also, to G-Day, apparently my stream just stopped, so I restarted it, so you're going to have to share your audio.
Alright, let me do that once again. I just hit the home button on accident. But don't worry, it keeps you in there. Hopefully that worked. Check and see.
Yes, it did.
You know, Amity has passed Orion, and now the field is super far apart. Preston in last, as
Orion and Amity are both going to pit. Maybe that assumption was right.
And
as
Montana.
Amity gets spun by Orion.
Oh, and you hate to see that.
Montana is not far behind. How much will that affect Amity as he's sitting behind him now? Mikey's also pitting.
I don't know, but Mikey's also going in the pits. I don't know if Parrot will do it as well.
Orion's
but, you know,
at
seeing all these guys in the pits.
Orion is sitting at
P2. What's
P2.
going to happen? As he's exiting the pits now, it's going to be a challenge to see Parrot and Preston pass them.
I know my co-host is a big baseball fan. The Mets just looks like they just got eliminated.
Yeah, 5-3 to Milwaukee. They did not get eliminated as they won yesterday, so they're gonna have to play Thursday.
That's gonna be a big game. I'm a Marlins fan,
yeah.
so I'm not big on the Mets.
Yeah, as Parrot makes his way to Orion as he just exited the pits. Now I don't know how Parrot's gonna fare here, but it doesn't look that well as Orion has a
statement. Parrot doesn't look like he's gonna be able to keep up with the speed that Orion does. The question is now, when will Dark pit? That's the question Orion's going to be asking himself.
That is the big question. It's going to take him an extra 5 or 6 laps, Sam, because he is super far up. He has the time to get in the pits and
yes, he does.
Right back in front. And remember, he did pit 5 or 6 laps ahead as well, so that's going to increase the time.
Yes, it is. And we got to remember,
you did bring up the baseball.
And I will say this, Parrot is known to crash into people. So the question is, will he accidentally crash Orion?
And Dark goes in the pits unexpectedly.
As Orion is trying to squeeze Parrot.
Ooh, and they get squeezed each other, and Parrot's just going to take the straight. Very smart of him.
He's going to sit, and he's going to go again.
That's very smart, very shrewd of him.
Yes, it is. That's the right thing to do.
Will pass him.
That is fair.
Now as Preston passes him and Parrot gets his draft, I am going to bring up the other baseball game. The Braves are losing to the Padres at the top of the 6th, so looks like the NL East will be falling apart from Philadelphia.
Well, as a Marlins fan, we never had a shot.
As there could be contact here in the turn 1 between Press and Parrot, and they just barely avoid it. As Montana's made his way there too.
Ryan had his eyes set on Dark, but the question is how long will he be able to see him?
I'm honestly going to be sure that it's not going to be a long time. Dark just came out with fresher tires, and Ryan's been out 2 laps already, and it's not looking good, honestly.
But I will say this, I'd rather have a little bit of a worn tire than a brand new tire. You got to warm them up, got to get them sticky and on the track.
Yeah, you're correct in that, but, you know, the track is getting more rubbered in. As Pear goes in the grass, he loses 2 positions. And, you know, you just hate to see that. He goes right in the grass, loses all the momentum he had.
Looks like Amity's Amity in the back at P6, all the way in the back, which we never expected in this race. He's just sitting right in front of Mikey. Doesn't look like he's having a good race. As he almost hits the outside wall.
Yeah, and you know something else that, you know, I'm not too unsurprised about, or, you know, I am surprised about Mikey in last place. Now that's not due to him sucking this race, it's just to people DNFing.
Yeah, it really is. And I think he's still struggling with that steering, just, you know, just taking all the momentum out of the race.
Yeah, and as we see Parrot take 5th place, which is his FCS car number, you're really gonna see the packs and the cars start to die down, and you're probably gonna lose a little bit more guys.
Yes, you are.
If the battling doesn't keep going, so I'd say Mikey might be our next contestant on who will DNF next.
I could
just
see
because
it.
he's so far back.
I could see it, but I mean, he has been racing really well today, so he may stay in because who knows? Anything could happen. Dark is also known to DC.
Not as much as everyone else, though. Like Parrot, Dark's only DC'd a couple of times. I'd probably count on one finger.
On one finger?
Counting on one finger. Yeah. I've only known to see him disconnect at, I think it was, can't even remember.
I think I can count on one hand how many times he's DC'd. He's DC'd a couple times. It's just once in a blue moon. It could be that one time where he does DC. Again, this is a race that doesn't mean anything. It's just so people can get a good feel for the cars.
Yeah.
It's just so people can get a feel for the cars as Montana makes the move in front of Crescent. And it was.
And Parrot's going to do the same thing, but he's going to keep going. You know, not as chivalrous as the last time, but, you know, I do understand why. He messed up the turn. He was looking at those two make the pass. He was infatuated just like us. And, you know, he really just missed the turn.
Yes, he did.
You know, he wasn't going to do I turn now, everybody else move. He just, you know, had the chivalrous move of, you know, I'm going to keep it straight. I'm going to slow down a little bit as he flies into turn 1 at 90 miles an hour.
I'm currently spectating number 58, Dark in the shell car. He is driving an Oldsmobile, but it is a Mustang. It's one of those things where I don't understand it. Just drive the Mustang, but you know, people like their cars in very different ways.
Yeah, people do have their preferences, just like coffee. You know, I like hot cocoa just as much as the next person.
That
you know, I
isn't
don't
even
like burning
coffee.
my tongue. No, it's not even coffee, but you know what? It's a preference. Just like Dark and his Oldsmobile with a Ford sticker put on.
At least it's not as obscene as a swatted truck. Those things, don't want to see
those
them.
things are wild. Another example you could use related to Forza is a Tesla sticker Oldsmobile. You know, I had the weird thought of using
I hope you never have to do
the
that.
FCS playoff race.
I hope you never have to do that.
No, I did change it as there is a bus stop coming up on the backstretch with Montana and Crestland. You know, Crestland in 3rd place.
He is
See
in
a
racing
position
that.
change here soon.
The question is, where is Amity? Is Amity going to be able to make it
Amity's
up?
in 6th place.
He looks like he's catching up.
leader.
No, he's 7 seconds behind
Oh no, 7 seconds.
Parrot.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
These things do get tricky as intervals are different every time.
I believe
Time
Orion
gaps.
is 4 seconds from the leader, and Crestland is 6 seconds from Orion. Who is your biggest dark horse of this race as of right now?
Well, you know, seeing that he's in 3rd place, I'm going to say my biggest dark horse is Crestland. You know, he's holding the car really well. He has the perfect pit strategy. If he can just keep it on the track, hold the position he has right now, I think he's going to do fine.
I think my dark horse is going to be, it's out of 2 people, Parrot and Montana. Those two, they're battling right
I
now.
can see that.
Those two right now, I think if something were to happen to Orion, as Montana goes into the dirt.
Oh! And he hits the signs of pack a punch.
Sounds like
You know,
I'm
that's
in
gonna
a
give
zombies
Amity
game.
time to catch up. Yeah, you know, these cars do pack a punch on them round of signs right there.
Yes, they do.
But, you know, I will say our FCC driver of the day will probably be, his Parrot gets wobbly on the apron. our FCC driver of the day will probably be Dark, as he's held the race
Yes,
in
he
his
has.
arms almost the whole time. You know, I really should be writing down these sponsors, but, you know, he's just been dominating this whole race.
I know 2 of our sponsors are going to be Twitch, Discord,
Twitch,
Forza.
we have the Twitch halftime.
We got the Discord caution. No, it's Twitch caution.
It's the Twitch caution and the Discord halfway point ping.
Yes, and then the Forza race.
Forza Motorsport 8 race, and then you have the FSS back marker of the day. Which, you know,
SS?
there isn't really going to be one. I'm going to use FSS as that is a fallen series that we used to have here. That did have a lot of back markers, as you were one of them.
I was the most well-known, and I will take that to my grave.
As we go into lap 45, you know, not many position changes. As we see our FEC pit stop, I think that's correct, yeah, FEC pit stop.
Yes, it is.
Or caution. You know, no, it was ACS caution.
No, it was
Right?
the FEC.
That's
It was
Twitch.
the FEC pits, and then the
FEC pit stop. The Twitch pit stop.
and then it was Twitch caution.
Twitch caution. Yeah, there we go.
No, yeah, Twitch caution, Discord halftime. And then the
you know,
FCC champion, FCC race champion.
Yeah.
Or we do
FCC race.
Now we'll do
today.
ACS race champion.
Yeah, ACC. No, we'll change that to ACS driver of the day. That'll definitely be Dark. Unanimously by YouTube and Twitch vote of the 2 people, which is me and you. But you know, as we get later into the race, we're going to bring up more random subjects. With just 7 drivers out here, we did have 8 when DeVault was still here, but he DNF'd quickly after GTI. So the only person I can see being the FSS back marker of the day is Mikey, as Montana is about to make a move on Parrot going into turn 1.
Yeah, it's unfortunate Mikey's going to be the back marker of the day. He's been having such a good race. It's just unfortunate with all of those people dropping out.
Yeah, I mean, if those people didn't drop out and just kept running the race, they probably would have had a better time.
Yes, he would have. But props to him for staying in this race. As we have passed the halfway mark a while ago, we have about 25 laps left to go.
And yeah, as we see the halfway point come and go, it's really going to be hard to see these guys' pit strategies. As, you know, it's almost been around 9 laps since they pit. And you remember the first person to pit was, I think, Mikey.
Yes. Was it Mikey? It may have been Parrot.
I think it was either Mikey or you know what? You're right. It was.
I think
Parrot.
it was Parrot. As Dark is going through the bus stop right now with Orion just now finishing it. Orion isn't backing away. He's still, I wouldn't say within striking distance, but
Yeah,
he
no,
still has
and,
a chance if
Parrot
Parrot
messed up.
makes a mistake.
Yeah, no, and while that's happening in front of you, Parrot messed up the bus stop, and Montana gains the 4th place spot.
Montana,
You know, I'm gonna say unsurprisingly.
I'm saying Montana could be the guy that you may not think could win this race, but I mean, if the caution pops out, anything could happen. As Parrot looks like he's gonna go on the outside line.
And you know, as they make
Parrot takes
contact.
out Montana.
Yeah, they're still going. You know, Parrot, that was really sketchy there.
Very sketchy. Props to Montana for keeping that car straight.
Yeah, I mean, real props there, but, you know, the Mustang is a good keeper for Rex, but Montana has mastered that.
Yes, he
along
has.
with Cress.
Amity in 6th place. It looks like he's trying to make a move to possibly to get 4th place out of these 2.
Yeah, and I mean, 4th place is definitely achievable for him, as Amity and Mikey just holding the back of the pack.
Yeah, Mikey's just not having a good race right now.
Yeah, and, you know, really just watching Mikey in the micro pack really does, you know, slow your roll a little bit to just kind of figure out what happens.
Yeah.
As you know, Amity did post in results. I think this may be race results. I don't know if we're still commentating the full race, but you know, without context, I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt.
You always got to, as Breslin is just pulling away from P4, 5, and 6. He is in no man's land right now. He is.
Same with Orion. I mean, surprisingly, as Amity is making his way with Perrin in Montana.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Ryan and Breslin are just, you know, by themselves racing. So they're in their own space.
Yeah, I'm gonna add another sponsor. They're in their Forza Motorsport 7 Kingdom of Aloneness.
Yes, they are.
I'm gonna change the name of that later, but you know,
I definitely would because that was a bad name.
We'll probably change it to Draft Zone 75 Purgatory.
That is a good one.
As you know, Amity just passed Fire Pair, one of the last Ford Mustangs, and I think there are 4 Mustangs and 3 Oldsmobiles left. There's not a single Buick left.
Yes, I believe there was only the one with Waxy. I mean, only so much you can do when your internet is horrible.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's really just going to be battle for 4th place here between 3 guys. If a wreck does happen, you have time, you got 30-something laps left. And you really just never know what's going to happen between Dark and Orion in the pit strategy.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, right now, Amy's 4th place right now. He overtook Montana.
Yeah. Oh, and watch this right here. Parrot gets put back in the grass on the bus stop. That is his rough spot.
It really is. We never can seem to find that sweet spot in that turn.
Yeah, no, and I really think that's going to hinder him when this race actually comes up for a points-paying spot on the schedule, as Parrot is the first one to go in the pits.
That could either be really good or really bad. That's going to take Mikey out of the last place position.
It sure will, and, you know, we're going to determine the FSS back marker of the day based on where they finish. Whoever finishes last will gain that prestigious award.
That
as
award
Orion
that, you know, not
in
many
the grass.
people want, but, you know, someone's got to get it.
Yeah, some would say they want to put it in a freezer where they put the postal pops. But, you know, putting some subliminal messaging aside, we have Parrot in last, Mikey in 6th, Montana 5th, Amity in 4th, Breslin 3rd, Orion 2nd, and Dark leading in 1st.
Right now, I am spectating number 18, Orion, in the M&M's car.
Yeah,
I don't know why, it's a very
right
boring
now.
race up here.
Yeah, I mean, I would say very boring as because they are not trying to race each other, they're just trying to get positions. And I think they're honestly trying to stay out as long as they can.
I think they are as well, as Amity is in front of Montana by looks like about a second, as Montana looks like he is taking the bus stop pretty damn well.
You know, that's honestly a good spot by him. You know, just cruising by. And as Breslin goes into the pits, we're going to see maybe a couple other people do that too.
I could see Mikey doing it. Montana didn't go in, but Mikey I could see going in.
Yeah, I could see Mikey going into as Montana finally passes Breslin. It's going to be a change of scenery depending on what they do.
It really could. The question is, will Mikey get out of the pits before Parrot gets there? Or
I don't know, but Mikey did pass Breslin. I think that would happen.
It could happen. We could have Mikey is pushing his car. He is getting low on gas and he hasn't hit in a while.
Yeah, see, I see that he has a tendency to do that. Of just holding his car to the absolute limits and pushing it to whatever it can hold.
As he goes off into
But
the
you know,
turn,
oh no.
as he did save it, but that is time that he cannot lose.
Yeah, I mean, you really don't want to lose that time right there. As you can see on the mini-map, it does change it. Whatever happens as Amity takes a really weird line. I've never seen him pull that before on the bus stop. But, you know, whoever pits next, which is Orion, is going to get left in third or fourth.
No, he's got,
no, as Amity pits.
as Amity pits, that
And Montana. Mikey could make a move here.
I don't think he is. I think he's gonna pit with the rest.
I honestly could see it too, but I think Mikey could be a little bit more aggressive as Orion's the first one to exit the pits. You know, they really have to make the move by now with that 8-second delay. Mikey did not do it.
No, he didn't.
So we're gonna see.
He is testing those tires.
Yeah, and I feel like he has the faith in him. As no one else goes in the pits, Cressler didn't go in. Garrett already went.
Preston also.
It's just gonna be a battle. Orion exiting the pits as soon as Mikey comes out. That's gonna be a quick and easy pass for Orion, I feel like.
I could see it. Ryan's been one of the most consistent drivers in this race.
Yeah, and you know, I'm gonna go back with Amity and Montana as they have Fire Parrot right on his tail. He's trying not to get the FSS back marker of the day.
As Mikey goes way too wide on that turn, on the U-turn.
Yeah, he really messed up the horseshoe. I'm gonna call that the horseshoe. I call it the U-turn, but you know they just messed that up there with the Mustang.
As he hits the wall and he goes down on the apron.
Oh man, you're gonna see that come back around.
Oh, I think so. He's probably thinking to himself he should have pit.
Oh, and there goes and Amity got spun.
Amity got spun by Montana.
Amity got spun by Montana. I don't know if the pace car is gonna come out for that.
Let me do my due diligence. No, the pace car is still
pace
sitting.
car doesn't go out. Man, that could make Amity
That
the back
could make. I could really good. That's really painful. As Mikey's gonna go into the pits with Preston right on his tail.
We'll see. You're gonna have to see if Amity can get through there in time. As I think Mikey was the last guy to pit.
Yes, he is. As Amity is currently passing the pit lane. Will
he's on a roll.
Make it out? Mikey's not gonna make it.
Mikey isn't. He's still in the pits. Just now exiting the box.
I think he had to refill his car. He was low on fuel.
Yeah, and as Orion is 44 seconds behind Dark, Dark's got it in the bag. He's gonna win ACS Driver of the Day. He's gonna win FCC Driver of the Week maybe. Oh, as the pace car does come out, I just seen it come out right in front of Amity.
That leads me to believe something happened.
I do believe they're calling it for Nick. It just had to take some time, or Amity it just had to take some time to get approved.
Looks like it took a while for that to happen.
So yet again, we're gonna see the pit strategy get reset possibly.
Yes, they are. Mikey's in a really good position here. He doesn't have to pit, just pit, so he doesn't have to push those tires, make them last a little longer.
Yeah, the only person that does probably need to pit is Dark.
Yes, he is. As our pace cars attempting to do a burnout, as Dark just overshoots the pace car.
And you know, As we see Amity overtake Fire Parrot with ease, I'm wondering if they're going to take that position back when they get to the line.
That's a good question. Now the question is, who's going to be able to contain Dart? Will Orion be able to make a move in front of Dart with a better start? Will Dart just pull away like he always does?
See, that's the thing we're going to wonder about. It's all depending on who pits here.
Yes, it is.
Like you said, Mikey is definitely not going to pit. I don't think...
As Dart just
who else do you think is not going to pit?
I don't think... a lot of people already pit. I think everyone's going to pit but Mikey. Right now, Mikey's in the best spot right now, in my eyes. As the pit car just, goes into the dirt like he's a rally car.
Well, I can really see it as Montana gets contact and gets spun by Parrot.
Hopefully Mikey realizes he doesn't need to be pushing that car. If he can keep those tires fresh, realistically, he can be in front for a while.
Yeah.
Which I think he is. He took that turn slower than a turtle.
And that's certainly a good analogy.
As Montana, did Montana get spun? No, Montana's in the pods menu. This will be the last time I believe that they're going to pit for fuel.
It could definitely be, or they do another strategy, which is take enough fuel to get to the next pit stop, and then take the full tank that you need for the rest of the race when you pit next time.
That could happen. I could see that being a strategy for a lot of people. Question is, who doesn't have any fuel? As we have Dart pitting, Orion
is the
pitting,
one going in.
Parrot and Mikey are pitting.
Else apart from Parrot and Mikey. I don't know why Mikey. I got no clue why Mikey would pit here unless he's just trying to get the tires to enough. I just got no clue.
I don't see it. As Orion overtakes Dart in the pits. Right now, our leader is Cresseland. It's either Amity, no, it is Amity, Cresseland.
Yeah, you got Amity, Cress, Montana.
And Orion in front
Orion, Dark,
So right now, our back marker is Fire Parrot. And I wouldn't even call him a back marker.
No, I wouldn't call any of these guys a back marker. It's just unlucky to call them that, but you have to in a race with only 7 people.
I don't know who
when it does happen.
Our pace car is, but he's driving the thing like a frickin' Subaru Impreza. Question is,
now
are they going to work together to keep Dart at bay? Looks like Cresseland and Amity are teammates. They are both running the Napa Auto Parts car.
Yeah, true on that. Man, when they take the green flag here, I really think it's just going to be who takes... Whoa, as Orion overshoots that heavily. I do think it's going to be based on who can take turn 1 the best.
I do believe that. And Brian is just swerving up and down on the track. Mikey's trying to play catch up right now. He's going to be tied with Parrot.
Yeah, and when we see the green flag here, you're going to see a bunch of bumping and battling right here going into turn 1. It's just going to be typical here in ACS, and it's very typical in FCS. I would say maybe the flagship series here in FCC.
Yes, sir. What this number one goes on. As they start up the race again. Amity P1.
Yeah.
No, Preston
Green
starting
flag in the
P1.
air. Dark falls all the way back.
No, he's making
They take
up
it
as
wide here. They
Mikey.
take it 4 wide. Oh, Ryan pumps Amity out the way. Oh, and no, Ryan saves it with the help of Amity.
The question is, will Amity and Dark make it?
Oh no, Amity gets spun
As
again.
Orion still spins Amity. Holy crap. That is unlucky.
You really hate to see it.
On that lap cooldown as Orion goes around in the dirt.
Oh, man. See, you're really seeing, because Cresslet's the leader right now, and he's taking off with it with Montana right behind him. You're really seeing who's fighting for more as Dark is getting spun, and he saves it. And they all saved it. Mikey saved it for a little bit. Let's see if he does save it. Yeah. Oh, my. They had a bunch of contact on that corner.
I want to point this out. Our two dark horses right now are in P1 and P2 in front of Dark.
P2. Yeah, and as the pace car gets disconnected, we will be having 7 people on the racetrack, not 8 anymore. So whoever is in last place now, we don't have to do any math now. Thank goodness, as I'm a West Virginian. Whoever's in last place is going to get the FSS.
Oh, as Montana looks like he's going to make a move on the inside.
Montana's going to make a move. He had 2 tires above the WL line. That is in fair play.
As Montana makes that amazing move. They're just
Now,
passing.
it is a good move, but, you know, they're not going to want to battle here with Dark right on their tail.
Yeah,
As it's a 1-second gap in between them and Dark. But Orion right behind him, that is probably going to be a better choice of them to stay in this line right here. But them going side by side isn't open.
No, it is not as Montana goes wide.
Oh, it's Cresslet goes side.
Cresslet just freaking formula drift. He goes, oh, Montana's
they're making
pushing.
contact.
As Dark is now pushing Montana.
And Cresslet, our dark horse, is making it.
Oh, as Dark just kills him on that turn.
Oh no, Montana might get it here. Montana might get it. They're side by side.
Montana is trying to make a move on the favorite to win this race.
Another dark horse is spinning his tires out. Man, they're just getting orange when he spins them like that.
Montana could make a move here. He's got the faster car.
Yeah. And you know what's also surprising? Amity's catching back up to Mikey.
Oh, Montana looks like he's
Oh,
gonna make a move.
Montana make the move. Cresslet's gonna get trapped.
Montana's in front.
Now on Dark. Oh, look at this bump right here. Cresslet.
Montana is now in first place, trying to play defense on Dark. Orion is just watching from behind. He's on. He's staying.
Can't hold it for long. His side draft is stronger. If I cut this, I'm cutting you off for that again. So
it is fun. Cresslet and Orion are making up ground as Dark just gets a better entrance to turn 1. As
and you can see some contact right here is, Montana gets spun.
Montana is turned around.
He makes a terrible re-entry. Pass on the grass by Mikey. Oh, Amity goes around. There goes our dark horse.
Yes,
Last place. Now Dark in the lead again. We had him projected to win it.
And he's showing why.
He is long gone. And it's a battle for second place. Cresslet is still holding on. We'll never let go, just like Anakin and Obi-Wan after that big fight with the high ground.
Yeah.
You know. As Fire Parrot goes into the wall. Fire Parrot just went head on into the wall here. I'm not going to say that. Another car goes in the wall.
You know what you're going to say. You can't say that.
Yeah, I'm going to say face. There's another car goes in the wall. That's 2 cars in the same corner.
caution cooldown, I forgot, is a lot longer for this series than any other one.
Yeah. It is, I think, 10. It's in the teens of that amount of laps. So by the time they get to the cooldown area to where they call caution, they have like 5 laps.
5,
of
I don't
area.
know. Lap 13, they're on the last, they're got 2 laps left. Mikey's trying
Yeah,
to
well,
play
looky
defense.
here. Oh, no, doesn't work. Amity passes him. I'm going to watch this right here because they're going to have a great battle.
For 4th place. Yeah, it's going to be a great fight.
Oh, is Mikey almost at the wall? He takes it really deep, really deep.
That's
I'm going to say that wasn't going to keep you from saying it, though. As Mikey hits the wall, him snaps. He might
He's a
have
little
to turn
unstable.
on some assist, I feel.
I
A
think
little unstable.
he's a little unstable, but it looks like he's able to keep it straight.
Yeah. The 2 guys hitting the wall was Fire Parrot Montana. They did it in different areas of the wall. But, you know, it's definitely hindering them as they're fighting for last place.
Yes, they are, and it's so sad to see. I had Montana being my dark horse.
Yeah. I mean, I had Cressland in the dark horse, but, you know, he's in 3rd place. I got my projected in 1st. You know, this is going better than my fantasy. That's all I'm doing right now. As Mikey hits
This is doing worse than my fantasy in any of the weeks that I'm in too many.
Yeah, and then, you know, in a Dynasty College Football League, you know, we don't have a person we're waiting on here. They're all neck and neck.
Yes, they are.
Metaphorically. Now, as they go through the bus stop, Mikey and Amity doing pretty well. Amity gets out faster, going at 120. Amity getting out at 110.
I mean, I think Mikey took that about 130.
I mean, I'm sitting on Mikey. When he was back on the backstretch, he was at 134, so I'll agree with you there. He's going to try and make a move. Good block by Amity. Late block, though. Still good. Going 184 down on the tri-oval. Going into turn 1. Whoever breaks first might get it. It was Amity who braked first, and Mikey took a terrible line.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate turn, but he can make it up.
Yeah, but not by hitting the inside of these curbs. You know, any type of tire hitting the inside of the curb could be a break or make difference here.
Yes, it could.
As he goes in the grass, and Parrot goes in the grass. Montana is going to get 6th place. Fire Parrot now in the cage seat.
Yes, he is. He's sitting back, and he's still fighting, though. He's still fighting Montana.
He is still fighting. The only 2 fights going on are in the back of the pack.
But that is to be expected with these guys. Now, Amity, I wasn't quite expecting to be back here. Just unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah, no. And I really didn't think Mikey would be back here, but, you know, with his pitch strategy and his zip snap, I wouldn't doubt that he stays back here.
I wouldn't doubt it either. I'm puzzled by him hitting in the caution.
Yeah, I really didn't see the plan behind that. I don't really see the strategy behind that, as that was his 6th caution. Only 2 other drivers have that. That's Orion and Parrot.
Yeah.
And really early in the race. Mikey pits really late. Doesn't match up.
No, it doesn't. As I'm going to pop over to Cressland here. He is in, I believe, no man's land again. Yes, he is.
But, you know, my dark horse, he's doing good in 3rd place. He's doing better than I thought he would. You know, Dark doing what I thought Dark would do. Parrot now in 6th place, passing Montana. Montana now on the fiery cage seat.
He's on the cage of
Still
no
fighting.
return.
Montana making the move. A huge battle right here. The only other battle I could see is Mikey and Amity, but I just don't see it happening here.
I don't know.
What I
Mikey's
do see-
keeping up with Amity.
Yeah, true. What I do see here, since they're side by side, is a wreck between Montana and Fire Parrot.
Oh, did they wreck?
No, I do see it in the future, though. They have 11 laps. Now, I know neither of them know about the FSS back marker of the day. But, you know, it would be very penguin-like to stay hidden and just record what they're doing right now.
That is very, very true.
And, you know, it's just very weird to see. I'm looking at Parrott's point of view. Mikey lost a bunch of momentum on Amity. So
Yes, he did.
Top 5 is pretty much set in stone. One thing Parrott needs to do if he wants to try and get back behind
As
in front of Montana. Yeah, he's pitting. That could be smart, though, because they do have to pit one more time.
Yes, they do, but the thing is, could he have hit too early?
That is the question at hand, but that could help him get by most of the guys. So your dark horse is still up. Ooh, as Parrott starts spinning on turn 1. But he saves it.
As the gap between Dark and Orion grows larger and larger every lap.
And Cresselant, you know, Amity is catching up to Cresselant. It's going to be slow and steady, but, you know, like the tortoise and the hare, the tortoise will probably prevail, and the tortoise in the story is probably Amity.
Yes, he is. He's conserving tires, and now since he's not battling anybody, but he's slowly creeping up on Cresselant.
Yeah, this could definitely be something that we've never really seen before. Of just someone that is normally in the front of the pack, that's in the back of the pack, having to fight for top 4 position.
Yeah, not something you usually see. I mean, he's had to do it before, so I know he can do it. It's just does he have enough time to?
I mean, you do see it a lot in FCS. I know I do it a whole lot. You see me and Eagle Rock have to do it. And, you know, and even Road America, I came back from a middle of the pack spot to 2nd place. That's what I see Amity doing here. He could get 3rd place.
As Cresselant goes into pit.
You know, that is a bold strategy. I do think it was right on time, though. You got a window between lap 62 and 64 as Amity's going into the pits as well. No, he isn't. Mikey is going in the pits. Parrott's in the pits. Sorry, I was on Parrott. But, you know, these guys, I think, are playing it smart. They're going in on lap 62. That gives them enough time to catch back up to the leader.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're going to get a lot of time back. But the thing is with Mikey, he's going to ride these out probably till about the end of the race.
Yeah, true. Mikey will probably ride it out because he has the fuel to save.
Yes, he does.
Until the end of the race.
He may
now
have
with
too much
Amity in 3rd, I wouldn't be too worried about too much fuel. I would just worry about your tires at this point in the race.
Yes, he is, and he is trying to push this car to its limit.
Yeah, because then you got Orion. I'm gonna switch to Orion and look at his telemetry. Actually, his driver data, and just see his damage. His tires are on minor tire repair. I'm gonna change it to dark and see his. And his left side is pristine. They are clear as Mr. Clean's head. Oh, as they are just now turning the minor tire wear. I am the foreshadower of the world.
Mikey's tires are still looking like they're in pretty good condition. They're not orange. Amity's tires, on the other hand, are orange. They could be getting to the point to where they could be getting to the points where he may have to pit.
Yeah, and then Montana, I don't think he pit.
Yes, he did. He did pit as Mikey's going to
now
pit.
Mikey's going to pit. It's very smart of him to do so now. You're still in that window.
Yes, he is. He could have a chance. Cresselant looks like he had a bad time with the bus stop.
Yeah, and you know, watching these cars start to get spread out, I'm really wondering who will end up as the back marker of the day, sponsored by the defunct FSS.
Looks like Cresselant's gonna pass Mikey going into turn 1.
Now
along
the thing is,
with
do you think
Montana.
Montana will too? Because look at Montana, he's about to go on the grass if he doesn't save it. But yeah, Montana's gonna do it. Parrott probably won't though.
As Mikey's coming out
That.
right in front of Parrott. Now Mikey's on the pressure tires. He could have a chance to stay in front of Parrott. As he's
Yeah. Oh no!
as Mikey's just spinning his tires, they're too cold.
And see, that's what you gotta wait for here. Out of the pits, it's a long exit.
Yes, sir. Your tires get too cold on you. Amity's definitely gonna have to go into the pits. He's got his front right
and here
tires
goes
on
Dark.
red.
This is the perfect opportunity. He's taking it. There's no one around him apart from Orion. If Orion can pass him here, but no, Orion's going in the pits. I would have stayed out if I was him. Now Amity is the only one that can really pass here for the lead.
No, Amity's
So I'm gonna
pit.
look on
They're-
that. No,
they're both-
Amity's
all
going.
three of them are gonna pit.
Oh man. Well, see, they're open. They have no one around them. If one of them would have stayed out, they probably would have had the Gold Cup here.
It's
The Gold
it's
Cup
too-
is imaginary.
Yeah, there's too
As
much
Carrot just
time.
goes through the bus stop with no care in the world.
And Mikey also goes to the pit stop, the bus stop, but he takes it cleanly.
I mean, it's gonna be iffy with Amity and Preslin here, as Amity
Looks like
is just now
Preslin's,
getting in that slow section.
yeah, looks like Preslin's gonna pass him. Possibly, will he make it? Yes, he will.
I think he did. Yeah, he did.
Amity's down to 4.
And you know, another car's coming right back behind him. Montana's coming
Montana
too.
could pass him. No,
Nope,
he
he gets
isn't.
right behind him. Could bump him right here. He did. Bump and run, maybe. Montana didn't have the speed for it. It was close, but he didn't have it. Well, you know, Rocket, your favorite driver is seemingly looking like the defunct FSS back number over there.
He is. It's unfortunate, but you know, him spinning those tires out of the pit stop, it really killed his chances.
Yeah, it really just hurt him because Parrott got right by him. Parrott's once he hit it earlier. He had the better tires at that point.
Yes, he did. Like I said earlier, I'd rather have slightly more tires over new tires.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'd say the same thing. As Amity
And Montana can do
Montana still
that.
fighting.
Yes, they are. They're looking to try and catch Preslin.
Now, the real question is, will Montana have enough to get by?
It looks like he's trying. Maybe he's going to try and push him up. They both take
it wide.
They both take it good, both lines. Amy's just way more consistent. He didn't lose much time though. Montana's just trying to follow Amity's line right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's just trying to get any bit of the draft that he can. But you know, could hurt him in the long run as Mikey goes in the pits.
I think Mikey's done for. I think he's just decided he's not
Mikey's
gonna
accepted
race.
his defeat. So I will go ahead and probably prematurely give it to him that, you know, put some confetti on your video, ladies and gentlemen, or confetti on your cake. Mikey is the FSS back marker of the day.
Yes, he is. Sad to see, but you know, it has to happen to somebody.
Yep, you're right. And then, you know, ACS driver of the day, and probably a vote for FCC driver of the week. Dark. I mean, dominating.
Yeah, there was no question in my mind that he was going to win this race.
Yeah, and then, well, I mean, maybe the ACS driver of the day could be Anthony. He has had 7 position changes for the lead.
He has, but he's just fallen back too much.
true. I do think the moment of the day was Crescent saving the car where he did. He's in 3rd place, so that's pretty good. You know, he did have a mass back marker, but an underdog.
I do think the racer driver of the day could also go to Crescent. He came back from the bottom of the pack to beat P3. As Montana just destroys his chances at catching Amity.
Yeah, the only thing I can see getting Crescent's way of maybe getting it today is all the guys that DNF'd. Get half the lobby.
Yeah, it is true, but I mean, you don't get 3rd place for no reason.
Yeah, true. I mean, he's had one of the least amount of pit stops of any driver still left here. And he's running a great line. And Montana just still messing it up back there as Amity hits the wall just a little bit.
The question is, will Amity catch in 6 laps?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't think he does unless he cuts the bus stop, but, you know, at this late in the race, you're not going to do that.
No, especially not with Amity right behind you.
But the only person that I see doing that is Orion to try and catch a car.
I don't think Orion would do something like that, but, you know, he is by himself.
That is true. He doesn't have a team. He's got nothing to lose. You know, if Mikey slows down enough, he will probably have the
first back marker.
Yeah, the first back marker. Or the first lap car. That would be the Penguin lap car of the night.
Yes, it will.
As you know, I take a bunch of jabs at this race. Here we go as Amity still catching up to Crescent, but getting in the grass right here made detrimental.
Right now, Crescent's driving a great race.
Yeah, I mean, he's holding the racing line that he has made really well. You know, Mikey, I think, didn't take the bus stop, so I don't think he'll get lapped. Which is great. You have, I think, 4 laps to go. 5. Girl math.
That is very girl math of you.
But, you know, it's a great battle for 4th and 3rd right here. So you got 3 cars, all Mustangs, still up here just fighting.
And that's what you want to see.
Yeah. That's really what you want to see every time in a race. At least 3 cars fighting or something.
Yeah, you don't want to just see no one fighting.
A bit less and yeah. Because, I mean, you don't want a snooze fest like Indy Road Course where you had no one fighting at all, no position changes most of the time apart from Orion and Dart at FCS. And then in FEC, you don't want something like P2.
Or prototype with Rama.
Yeah. Or should I say Freyar?
I don't know. I don't know, Freyar made it pretty
but as a slow car, I don't know who that could be. I think that may be Orion going really slow through here. I don't know what happened there. But Crestland's made some really good headway.
I think Orion backed out so he could finally get a battle in.
Yeah, I don't know why he'd want that though. You're getting a 2nd place here. That'd be his first podium, I think, apart from Hakone.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to make that challenge, especially when you have Crestland, who's been driving a really good race along with Amity.
Yeah, Crestland now has a race-leading 9 position changes throughout the whole entire pack, so I don't know if you really want that on your tail.
As
so
Amity is still trying to catch him.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen this lap. I don't know if it'll happen this race, unless Orion slows down just a little bit more.
As we're going to go to a point of interest, as Orion just completely just overshoots it. And there goes Crestland, Amity.
Yeah, Amity's catching up to Crest. It's looking better and better by the day.
as if Dark has already finished the start-finish line. We are waiting on second place.
Right?
Yes, sir. We're going on to
so
lap
this-
70, right? No, lap 60. No.
Oh yeah, lap 69.
Ryan, Preston, and Amity pass by. Here comes Dark on P1.
And then, oh, looky here, Crestline is slowing down right here. You know, Amity might have to move here. Not highly certain he can make it happen.
I
Going
think
into turn 2.
I think he can. It's just whether or not Crescent's gonna let him do that.
Ooh, and Amity might miss his chance. He went the dirt for a sec. And she got a battle between Montana and Fire Parrot, I think. Oh, never mind. Oh, and Crestline, it will switch swatchy over here on the lanes.
I don't know what they're doing as teammates. They need to pick up the pace.
They do need to pick up the pace as Montana's catching up, but you know, if they want to battle, let them go at it as Orion goes on the apron.
Yes, sir. I'm not mad at it at all. It's gonna be a really good race down here at the end of the race.
Yeah. This is really something that we can get people to look at here with 151 minutes going by. As they go side by side into the bus stop on laps.
As
69,
Presslin's gonna
going on
cut him
lap
off.
70.
As Presslin makes a bad
there
turn,
goes
as
Amity.
Amity just makes an amazing pass.
Amity gets on the full throttle there.
And
I
he's
think
not going to
Amity's
be
got a
seen
beauty.
anymore by Crescent.
You're really down in the dumps if you had that happen.
Yeah, I would be too.
But, you know, Amity could mess it up here going on lap 70. We will go to Dark as he crosses the line next time. Not this time, next time for the white flag, or the checkered flag. No, Crescent's starting to mess up.
Amity may catch Ryan. He's starting to make some moves.
Yeah, he certainly is trying. But, you know, Crescent's still right on his tail.
Yes, he
got
is.
A lap and a half. Oh, but that doesn't help. Go sideways.
That's gotta hurt. Amity is
And,
pushing that
Mikey.
Mustang to its max right now.
Yeah, so is Crescent. And, you know, another award that I'm going to give out to Mikey along with the FSS Backmarker Award is the Laughing Clown Pit Stop Award for having the most pit stops in the race with 8.
He's gotten a lot of awards today. Best paint scheme,
Yeah.
Backmarker, and too many pits.
I mean, hey, he's got to get awards in something here, right? As Crescent starting to lose Amity. No more draft. Amity's lost Orion.
Amity looks like he's got
As
this
Dark-
in the bag right now.
As Dark is now on the white flag. And Orion looking like he's slowing down a little bit.
I don't know what's happening with him right now. I mean, he's been having a
He's
pretty
going
easy
fast
race.
in some corners and then slower in others. I don't know what's going on. Crescent has the draft of Amity. It's going to come down to the wire on the last lap. We might have to let go of Dark's point of view.
Nah, he's about 40 seconds ahead.
Yeah, we might have to not watch him go through the checker flag
As
if this battle gets any better.
and as Preslin's just pushing it to the limits right now. He could catch Amity.
Yeah, it's any turn now. He can't mess up though.
Oh, as
Which
he
he just
messes
did.
up.
I jinxed him. That's the first announcer jinx we've had all the commentary we've had.
I don't know. Mikey's right back on Amity.
Yeah, Crest could possibly get there. I just don't know.
I'm gonna switch over to Dark to get his race-winning POV.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do his as well. I'm gonna do rail camera, see what that is.
As you can see, Mikey
let's
right
go.
in front. As
And
Dark
as
passes
Dark crosses it in
finishes
first.
And we're gonna go to Orion, who just
Crosses the
finished.
checker flag.
Hold on, we may have a battle on our hands.
Yeah, we got a battle between Amity and Crescent still. I don't know. There's a car that didn't take the bus stop. Had the momentum. Here he comes.
Montana?
Could be battle for fourth. Montana.
No, it looks like Amity's gonna get third.
Orion gets second. And Amity will get the final podium position. Crescent made it close in the last few battles. Oh, is that what ends up badly?
That's one way to end it.
That is one way to certainly end it.
We're gonna spectate Mikey.
It's
Sadly. You hate to see it, but
Well,
you won't even get to see him end.
you won't even get to see it. But, you know, that was a good race. You had 6 guys finish. Mikey was still in the race. He just didn't finish the race. You're going to see the guys here walk up on the podium. You got Amity in third. You got Orion in second in that purple and black jumpsuit. And then you got Dark in first.
In that
You know,
flaming
this was
hot.
exactly what we thought.
In that flaming
Yeah,
hot
the flaming
jumpsuit.
hot jumpsuit. Yeah, I mean, this podium is exactly what we thought it would be.
It
Dark,
is.
Orion, and then
And
Amity.
I kind of would
your
have
full
thought
race
Waxy was in
results.
here.
Yeah, but, you know, the time does go by. People have other things to do. Your
Or your
final
Wi-Fi just
positions
sucks.
for everyone, yeah, or your Wi-Fi sucks. Your final positions for everyone is Dark in first, Orion in second, Amity in third. You have Crescent fourth, Montana fifth, Fire Parrot sixth, Mikey seventh. We'll do
Devault,
8,
GTI.
GTI 9, Wilbur 10, and then you have Waxy 11, Igloo 12. And that is your finishing 12 in that order, as we guessed it correctly. And then thank you, Woeful, for being the pace car. Many of these guys, you know, we didn't think they'd finish where they thought. It definitely was a good race. And, you know, it definitely was one to start on.
Yes, it was. I can't wait for the next race.
Yep. And that's all we have for the first ACS commentary. Thank you guys for enduring 157 minutes of Daytona road course, and we'll soon see you maybe Saturday at FCA's practice race.
Maybe, or even next week on Wednesday.
Yep. Now, you'll always see us next week on Wednesday, at least for me. I don't know about the main host, or Rocket, but you'll certainly try and see me every Wednesday. You?
I will try my best.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and other pronouns that I do not have a list of. We will see you Wednesday.